Hello, mortals. Am I coming in clear? Can you pierce the mystic veil and see my form? Do I sound alright? Well, we shall simply have to hope so. Today we shall be embarking on a stealth infiltration mission. I myself do not have any training in the ways of the ninja, but we shall see how we do. Well, normal seems the obvious choice. Yes, yes. Ah, good to know that it sounds alright, thank you. Yes. Mortal ears tend to be quite good. Mine are so-so. The ears of this mortal shell aren't quite good. Many failings this mortal form has. Let's see, radar type 1, let's go with. I've always preferred radar type 1. Let us enjoy this work of art together.
The Hudson River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of metal gear was scheduled for transport.
Metal Gear.
The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
I wonder if that's a saying. I wonder if that's an actual saying that people say. Their noses have been out in the cold so they can't smell anything. Yes, hello! Hello! Hello to me, hello to you too! It is good to see that the mortals are lively. It's one of your many excellent characteristics. Yes, hello, hello, hello. Ah, and there he is. Just somebody walking along a bridge, smoking, in some sort of weird cloak. That's not weird at all. Not in the slightest. I've always found the camera work in Metal Gear games to be quite interesting because Kojima fancies himself something of a filmmaker among game creators. I don't have much knowledge of cinematography myself, but a lot of the shots seem artsy, like they're using the fact that it's a video game to pull off all sorts of angles. It's quite nice. Yes, this stream is, yes, a Hideo Kojima stream, yes, absolutely. There's, brought to you by Hideo Kojima, written by Hideo Kojima, produced by Hideo Kojima. I'm Hideo Kojima. Oh wait, I shouldn't have said that. And see, I quite like this scene for, I mean, one, it's really cool. He's bungee jumping off a bridge in order to get to a ship waiting below. Look at that. The second, he's wearing optical camo, which was in Metal Gear Solid 1. And obviously, it's obvious that Snake would have access to it, so they need to show him using it. Oh yes, the rise of the cinematic video games. Cinematic video games before it started getting overdone. Back in the early days when people weren't even sure that video games could become cinematic, Kojima said, "I'll do it anyway. I'll do it right from the start." What an absolutely splendid mortal he is. As you can see here, Snake's stealth camo ceases to function from the impact, and that's why we're not overpowered. We must rely on our wits and our skill. We can't simply become invisible. We do not have that magical power. I certainly cannot become invisible. It would be quite OP.
Boy, he's right on schedule.
Well, actually, yeah. Yes, it does. It does make it easier to immerse yourself in the game if you played the previous one. I will say something interesting about my relationship with Metal Gear Solid 2 is, as you know, I'm a cursed being, but like mortals like yourselves, I myself had something of a childhood, and one of my first ever games was Metal Gear Solid 2. But I'd never played Metal Gear Solid 1. I simply did not know. So, I was approaching it as my first experience with Metal Gear.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Otacon.
I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing
There it is, the
bags.
busted stealth
Well,
camo.
used it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military
Ah, yes,
anymore.
there is this.
Right.
I can
I didn't
move them
plan on
around
relying on
with
this
the analog
gadget
sticks.
anyway.
The private sector's not so bad, is it?
Yeah.
Privacy guaranteed.
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
Took me years
That
to
thing
figure out that
Naomi.
it was possible
And
to
I
do
can't
this.
say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mei-Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that.
You can
Natick
hear their
flashware.
thoughts by pressing the
Diverting
bumpers.
toys from the SSCEN again? Look, give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later.
And see, there
She's
they
better
are.
off assuming
There
it's
they are,
someone
referencing
quick
a character
while she's
from Metal
safe.
Gear Solid 1.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market?
But see, look,
after
they're
Shadow
telling
Moses?
newcomers
All
just
Ocelot's
everything that went
doing.
down as well.
And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
So yes, even if you
This
haven't
new
played
one
Metal
seems
Gear
to be
Solid
designed
1,
to wipe
these
the floor
codec
with all the other
calls
models.
let you
The only
know
consistent
exactly what's
description
going
is
on.
that it's an
It's quite nice.
amphibious anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back
Basically, we're
photographic
acting as a
evidence. But I
paparazzi
want you
for
first to go up to
top
the
secret
level of the
nuclear
infrastructure,
weapons,
to the bridge.
which is quite
We need
lovely.
to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid
Going from a bridge to a
confrontations.
bridge.
Our
That's a
goal
bridge
is to
too
collect
far,
evidence
Snake.
on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good.
They're not
Don't let me forget
terrorists.
that you're part of Philanthropy,
Unless...
an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
Ah yes, Snake doesn't play by the rules.
All right.
He's his
let's
own
look at
man.
Your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each
Ah,
shot
this is
since
really
the
handy.
slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing.
An
Check out the
elephant?
laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic
If you can take down an elephant with it, then oh,
We're talking about a difference of tens of seconds between hitting limbs, chest, or head.
wouldn't that
As for the equipment,
wouldn't that be dangerous for a
Hey,
human?
Snake, cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you?
Ah, smoking.
Here's the digital camera.
It
Works
hurts so
almost the same way as
bad.
your old one.
It hurts the body, but it looks really cool. I suppose that's why they invented non-cigarette cigarettes.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
We must be as a
And
ghost.
if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please. I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from
Oh
here.
man,
With all the
this...
ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea.
Honestly, this
People
game,
can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
so many cutscenes we will be just perusing.
Water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship
Oh
should
yes, it
discharge
is.
its cargo
It is the
upriver.
PC version.
It's in there. No doubt about it.
Is this the PC version? It is the PC version. It's actually specifically, it's the Metal Gear Solid 2 PC version, PC port, with the V's fix applied
Satellite surveillance
in
is
order
bigger
to, you know,
national
fix
pastime.
various bugs and
I'd
issues
say
and
the
stuff like
cargo
that.
holds, safely below the deck.
So it runs
You
real
see the
nice.
entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are
I'd
two
certainly,
entry
I'd
points into
love
crew
for there to
quarters.
be a Metal Gear Solid 3 PC port or something like that.
The chopper.
Hell, I'd really like to play Metal Gear Solid 3D with the photo camo. I always thought that was neat, but I never got a copy. I only ever just played the PlayStation 3 version from the collection, the HD collection, which was very incredible because it had
Looks like we're not the only ones out
5 Metal Gear games on it.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry.
As we can see here, these Marines have all been slaughtered by Russian terrorists.
Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon. How many men do you need to take over a tank?
Oh, I love
this
that shot.
size?
Look at
The
that.
ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18.
The ship is run by a computer. This was... I think it was set... I think it was made in like 2000 or around that, but I think it's set in 2005. Are ships really being run by computers? I could believe it nowadays. But this is some time ago.
Russians?
Russians.
You sure?
Marine
Russians!
barber touched that head of hair.
I love how he describes it via the haircut. As if that is how one judges whether or not someone is Russian.
I'm transmitting a photo. Let's get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
Hoo boy. In my, I'm pretty sure Metal Gear Solid was shown as one of my Metal Gear Solid 2 was shown as one of my favorite games.
K60 Kasat.
In the when I did the debut, the first stream, it went by real quick though. But Metal Gear Solid 2 is my favorite Metal Gear game. I'm biased because I started with it, but I also really love the character of Raiden.
Not
I understand that that's
It
not
could
to
be
everybody's tastes. A lot
K62,
more
the
people,
civil model.
a lot of people don't like him
Snake,
until later
all
games.
we need
But
is
I
the
really like him
photographic
in
evidence of Metal Gear.
MGS2. He
As
just
long
kind
as
of
we
speaks
have
to
those,
me.
We can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open.
But
Just no
I've
pyrotechnics,
played
okay?
Metal Gear
Alright.
Solid.
Do my
I've
best.
yet to complete
This
Metal
isn't
Gear
like
1 or
Shadow
2, but I've
Moses.
played Metal
Reach
Gear
me if
Solids
anything
1
happens.
through
The
5.
frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my
Obviously, that's both
I-
5s.
There's a frequency set aside for it.
Because
140.96.
Tech demo,
Sorry,
glorified
no
tech demo,
mailing
and
this
such
time.
stuff like that.
Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
Oh, and I've also played
I'll be
Peace
waiting
Walker,
just
but not
past the
Portable
Verrazano
Ops.
Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
Yes, it's really such a lovely series. It's a shame what happened to it. Let's see here. I have my camera, AP sensor, cigarettes, things like that. Oh no, there's no problem at all. I also, the info sheet I used in that is also just up on my Twitter. I don't have many posts, so one can find it pretty easily. But it just lists my interests and everything that all the stuff that I like, my favorites. I like such a wide variety of your mortal creations, your mortal media. It's hard to just pin down one or two things. So even though I listed a massive amount of things on the info sheet itself, there's so much more that simply goes unmentioned. I have very broad taste when it comes to media. Oh! I have forgotten how to choke. I have forgotten how to choke somebody in Metal Gear Solid. The shame of it. The shame of it.
Door into the ship's interior. Push the
I
action
can't
button down in
believe
front of
it.
the door and wait until the door opens before letting go. If you need to open the door faster,
What
hit the action
what a
button
shameful
repeatedly
side
to
I've
turn
shown
the
you.
handle.
I'm so sorry,
Make sure
mortals.
You keep doing it until the door is open.
Oh no. Oh no. Things have already gone horribly wrong. Oh, Metal Gear Survive! Metal Gear Survive. That's... I honestly, I can't hear that and not laugh. I still find it hard to believe that that exists.
The situation is normal. All clear. I'm under enemy
Yeah,
fire.
no,
Secure the perimeter.
What? Oh, no, you're not under enemy fire. Well, mortals, we're going to be doing some comfy chatting because we're in caution, so we're just going to hide here like a rat and simply remain concealed. They shouldn't find us, hopefully. But yeah, I don't think it's R1. I think it's I think it should be square, maybe. But yeah, Metal Gear Survive. What an absolute... Oh, Konami. If there was an easier target for people to dislike when it comes to people involved in games, I don't think you could get bigger than Konami and Metal Gear Solid Pachinko and Metal Gear Survive. Yes. Like a rat. If I was to join Foxhound, the animal part of my code name would be Rat. Something like Red Rat. I genuinely have to gotta watch more. I've got to watch. I really want to watch Pekora playing through Metal Gear Solid 3. That seems like it's an amazing time. I had some trouble finding it, but all right, now you simply die. Well, you don't die. Well, you will die. I shall show you how we're going to kill them, because at the moment we don't have any ways of killing people, and yet people shall still die. Through the whole, yes. Oh, mouse and keyboard. Now, even with mouse and keyboard, I still use a gamepad because it's good for moving. Just everything that isn't aiming, basically. It does mean my aim suffers though, because I mean aiming with a gamepad, you know what you lose with that. I mean, Survive doesn't exist. Survive exists. Survive definitely does exist, and it's all well and good to be in denial about terrible things in the world. Okay, I hope that got him. It's all good to be in denial about things, but Survive is simply... it's reality. We have to... I mean, I should... after all, mortals, I should know about having to face reality. I'm a Square Enix fan. Yes! Got him. So, I haven't played Survive, but I saw how bad it was when it came out and people were reviewing it. And it was worse than I ever could have possibly imagined, which is quite the feat. Alright, will this show me him? Oh no. I've drawn him out. Oh, no.
It's the enemy. I need help.
Oh no. I can't believe it. Oh no. I even failed to punch. No, roll into him. Wow. I guess I'll start at the left next time. Alright, is alert going to be over? Oh, a ration. Oh, yes. But yeah, Square Enix, they're not, Oh. Funnily enough, I wasn't around for the Squaresoft days per se. By the time I was playing games, they were already Square Enix. The Spirits Within had happened, and all that. But the thing is, the first ever video game I played, as I was a small being, ah yes, I must remember my CQC reps. When I was a small being, my first ever game was Final Fantasy VII. I didn't know how to play games at this point. It's not like there's a tutorial or anything. I floundered through it simply from watching other people play it and then played it myself. But I have fond childhood memories of the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 Final Fantasies. And then another childhood memory of Final Fantasy 13 coming out a lot later, and simply annihilating all that I'd once held dear. Oh, am I? Yes, there we go. So, if you're not aware, at the moment, Snake has no way of killing any sort of enemy in this entire game. He simply cannot do it, mortals. He has no gun. He has no knife. CQC is still in the pre-MGS3 version. So how do we kill? We simply drag them into the river. Oh, the first... No, the FF13 was the first FF you've played? No, that's terrible. I've never heard such a sad story in all my life. That must have been awful for you. I promise they're not all like that. There is good in them. There is good in them still. I'm very excited for Final Fantasy 16. But yeah, what a terrible story. What a terrible way to start your Final Fantasy journey. You really can start anywhere, but 13 is... Ugh. Drag. Ah, yes. But the thing with Final Fantasy 13 is I played it for hours and hours and hours, and I was like, oh. Oh no. Hey.
Enemy sighted. Requesting.
What's going on? Respond.
Enemy sighted. Requesting.
No.
What's going on? Respond. We've lost communication with the deck. Backup unit, check it
I considered playing on hard, but considering how well I'm doing, that would have been a mistake.
I'm under enemy fire.
Oh man.
Secure the perimeter.
Oh yeah, 13 was the first cross-platform one, which is really sad, really the saddest. It's like how Kingdom Hearts 3, I believe, was the first Kingdom Hearts main game to be cross-platform. Of like even the collection. So like people jumping into it on Xbox, like what? They haven't played all the ones before. And it's not like Final Fantasy where you can just jump right into any of them. Kingdom Hearts has all that story. But yeah, Final Fantasy. It's such a massive. I aspire to one day have completed all of them. I've sadly completed 15 and 13, and I've also beat 7 and 8 and 1. But I'd like to beat all of them. In fact, I feel like that could. I feel like some of them could make for a fun collab for any sort of VTubers that play JRPGs, because 6 and 4. No, 6 and 5. I think 4 might have, but 6 and 5 and 9 have 2-player mode, have co-op mode, so 2 people can play the same game of Final Fantasy. It's very interesting. Not a lot of people who play Final Fantasy know about the ones with co-op, but it's there. All right, let's see. Well, I guess that we don't really need to come back on the deck, so I might as well just enter the hole before I take too much more damage. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. You've never heard of FF Co-op. Most people have not. Okay, so I've got to take them out. Oh no. But yes, it's a real thing. You can play Final Fantasy V and 6, not all versions, but the PlayStation...
What's that?
Oh,
Enemy.
nope.
What's going on? Respond.
I didn't expect to be pushed to the wall so quickly.
Snake, are you bleeding? If your life gauge is down to the point where it's
Ah,
red, the
Otacon
bleeding
here to
won't
give us some
stop.
friendly advice
As long
about
as you're
bleeding.
Your life gauge will keep dropping gradually. Besides that, the bloodstains could put the enemy on your
You've
trail.
got to love all the
The only way
intricate
to stop the
mechanics this
bleeding
game
for good
has.
is to let your body
Bloodstain
recover until the
trails.
life gauge is
If you
green.
step in a water
Rations are the
puddle,
best
you'll
way to do
leave
that.
wet
Try to
footprints that
crouch
people can
down
track.
or
It's
assume crawl position
it's
and
really
stay
quite
still while
something.
you're bleeding. Your life will recover bit by bit.
honestly, I'm
I'd recommend
surprised
you
that they
stay in
didn't
hiding until the bleeding
enhance it
stops, if
further
possible.
for stuff like Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm not sure that they I'm not sure that they have specific kinds of footprint mechanics like that in 5 even. But yes, I've never ever co-op only brings Crystal Chronicles to memory. I've never played Crystal Chronicles because I think that was a GameCube game, and I really I didn't have a GameCube. Nintendo is the console space that I'm the weakest on. So a lot of people have played a lot of Legend of Zeldas. I've played very few. Oh yeah, the tracks in the traces in the snow in MGS1 was what really blew me away. That was incredible for the time. Yes, it was. It was. Oh man, I wasn't even there at the time, but even playing it later was breathtaking. And I will say something about Metal Gear games that I think is a bit underappreciated is just the ambient soundtrack. Listen to this. This track that's playing right now. This is quite the jam. Alright, Snake does have a way to kill at the moment, actually. If I could CQC grab someone, I think I can snap their necks. But, for now we'll simply make our way up to the bridge so that we can find out where this boat is going. Otacon, are you going to tell me about the camera if I talk to you?
Snake, there's a surveillance
He
camera
did!
in place. Once you're in
He
its
did
field
do
of
that.
view, an alarm will go off. You can't
love
afford
the
to be
codec.
seen. You can also use the chaff grenade to set up some electronic
Ooh.
interference. The
MGS
camera
music
will
in
be
general is
ineffective
incredible.
for a
Really?
while.
Yes, it is.
There's a blind spot right beneath
If you've
the
ever
camera.
heard
Use it to buy
Fortune's
some
theme
time.
in this game by Norihiko Hibuno, we'll probably get to it. I mean, hopefully. Nope. 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 I didn't save. All right. So while we're hiding in this locker, Fortune's theme in this game, Norihiko Hibino did it, and I'm not sure how much of the soundtrack he did. I'm not sure how much of the soundtrack is Harry Gregson Williams, how much is Norihiko Hibino. I don't know who did what specific tracks, but I do know he did Fortune's themes, and it's really jazzy and lovely. And I know he later did a mix of Heaven from Persona 4. That is just if for Persona 4 dancing, and like whether you like dancing games or not, the Norihiko Hibino version, if I'm saying his name right, of Heaven is heavenly. It's jazzy and lovely and quite good. Throwing them out of the ship probably kills them. Oh, it definitely kills them. We're trying to kill them. These are Russian terrorists attacking a boat with U.S. Marines on it. We've got to kill them. It's a moral obligation. Oh boy. Oh man, I did mention that I was not skilled in the ways of the ninja, but I did not expect to put up such a poor showing. It is as if all of my skill has evaporated.
Attack team, withdraw and regroup.
Here we are. Oh no, I knocked. I want to leave. Alright, so now we'll ascend the stairs. Why would you shoot a man before throwing him into the sea? I know that is somewhat... When it comes to memes, I
You
attempt
wanna
to
save
gather as
Snake?
much information as I can through context. But sometimes,
Snake,
I can't
you, of
gather
course, know the
enough
saying,
context.
one for all
So,
for
for
one.
example, with that
What is
with that
this all of a
meme, I assume
Oh,
it's
I
from
figured you'd
some
need a
sort
lot
of
of
old
motivation,
mecha
so I
show,
came
but I
prepared.
don't know the specifics
It's
of
from
what
the
show
Three
because I haven't seen
Musketeers.
whatever it's from.
The book, not the candy bar. Anyway, it means that if you go up against everyone by
There's
yourself,
so much good
they'll gang
classic
up on
mecha
you
that I
too,
simply
I think. Since you're on your
have
own
not
on
seen
that
yet
ship,
and would like
you
to.
need to take this to heart and avoid confrontations. How is that? Just like the old days, huh?
Oh, Otacon,
Almost reminds me of Mei Ling.
you just
But
want to be
you sure you
mailing
got
so
it?
bad.
Of course. And I'll teach you a lot more of these. You can
He's
count on it.
he's
Great.
such an earnest mortal, that Otacon. He tries his best. He tries hard. He wants to do right. All right, let's see what he has to
Snake,
say about this.
wait. Don't move.
Okay, I'm not moving.
I see it. Some kind of device on both sides of the hall. Infrared sensors?
Right. And they're linked to
Let me guess. Semtex.
Wait, it was a Dark Knight Rises
plastic
reference?
explosives. If you trip the sensors,
It was a poorly
I'll be
executed
sleeping
Dark
with the
Knight
fishes,
Rises
along
reference?
with this
Really?
entire ship.
That sounds
Is that
about
actually
right.
what it's from?
There aren't that many infrared beams. Maybe you can get past those without setting off the explosives. If you
Because
need to see
that is
exactly where the
genuinely
beams
news to
are,
me.
you
I've
can
not
use
seen
the
Dark Knight
usual
Rises in a
method.
million
There's a fire
bajillion
extinguisher over there.
years.
Break
Not
it
since
open and try
the
scattering
dawn
some
of
the
time.
extinguishing chemicals.
lasers. The bane of anybody attempting to cross them. Oh no. Ha, I said Bane and then immediately somebody comments Bane posting, oh no! Oh no, I've scuppered myself! So you see, that was another piece of beautiful game design. Because I shot the fire extinguisher and was too close to it, it hit Snake, got some of it in his lungs, and he sneezed, alerting the guard. Now isn't that just the fantastic game design, Kojima, you legend? Oh no, he's coming in here. Oof. Okay, so I can crawl under here, so that's good. Sleep. And dream a dreamless dream. Did Bane seriously shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane, though? Is that a thing that happens? Because the plane scene just happens, I think, right at the start, and it's so much of it went over my head when I watched. Come on, come on, come on. In the eye. Alright. I could chaff. I need an angle on this guy. Alright. Now we can see if the first person view is really a massive, incredibly important addition to Metal Gear. Because look at this. Look at these individual bottles. Do I prefer Eastern mecha like a Gundams or Western mecha like the Mech Warrior ones? The answer is I like both. I have a bit of a preference for Gundam, because that's what got me into mecha. But I've played a bit of tabletop Mech Warrior and a little bit of video game Mech Warrior. Well, tabletop BattleTech, but and also oh, stop. Nate, do you seriously have a cold? Do we have any cold medicine? I'm just gonna take some Pentasmin just in case. But yes, Eastern mecha like Gundam can be so good, but Western mecha, like there's a big difference between the styles of the West and the styles of the East, but fundamentally, I'm pretty sure all you wonderful mortals can get together on giant robots are so cool. So. The line is, or perhaps he's wondering why someone would shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane. That is quite the line, Bane. Come on. Come on. Walk into my There you go. Line of fire, easy, smooth, clean, we're done. And we've made it to the bridge. From a bridge to a bridge. Easy, simple, clean, simple and clean. And corpses. Snake always finds corpses. So it is the Kasatka. There's just something about the way David Hayter does his lines that is... It's quite something. It's quite a specific reading. There's so many of these soldiers. So many of them. I hope they don't run into any of the sleeping bodies. That would be terrible. I think military technology is very fascinating. Choppers and stuff like that. Yes, it is a shame he was replaced for Metal Gear Solid 5. Kiefer Sutherland does an okay job, but there's only one iconic voice of Snake. And there's really not that much, I don't know, but the dialogue in Metal Gear Solid 5
Snake,
just seemed to
did
be
you
less
find out where that
charming
ship
to
is
me. There's
headed?
no codec conversations, you just have the
35
radio.
degrees longitude, latitude around 58.
I think the
More
only
than 500 miles off the coast
the
of
only
Bermuda,
conversations,
out in the middle of the Atlantic.
because it's all audio tapes instead of codec calls,
It's
which have a
basically
different vibe to them.
combat-worthy.
And I feel like the
That
only
area is
meme-worthy
outside
one,
the Second
the
Fleet's
one that's really
operational
notable and
range.
stands out, is the Burgers
It
one.
must be a standalone Marine Corps project, which means this prototype Metal
I
Gear
feel it
was
loses a lot of
designed
its
for
soul.
independent deployment without any naval assistance. Anyway, analysis can wait till later. Snake, you need to
See,
go
look at
down
this.
to the hold to locate the actual metal.
You can't do this in Metal Gear Solid 5. Aha! It's a Russian broad. Oh, I just realized. Oh. Yeah, a lot did have to be sacrificed to support the open world aspect in Metal Gear Solid 5. And the problem with that is really Metal Gear Solid 5 doesn't benefit that much from being an open world. I'm going to this fight with not a lot of health. Ah yes, the armpits. Not quite my cup of tea, but personally I can see how somebody playing this could have awakened. She certainly got a nice voice, I'll give her that. I'm a sucker for accents.
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot.
He's the only one who underwent the VR training. No one else can do it.
Are you sure you can trust him?
Oh.
Your part in the mission is complete. You are to leave.
The gameplay itself,
No, it's
the
not over yet.
gameplay itself of Metal Gear Solid 5 is quite fun to play. It's all very streamlined. It's the culmination of Metal Gear Solid. But when it comes to level design,
No, this
when
is
it
where I
comes
belong,
to
with
level
the unit.
design, there
I
are
have
certain
nowhere else to
aspects
go.
of it. For one thing, you're incentivized to
I want to
Fulton
stay and
soldiers,
fight.
which means you don't have to worry about hiding corpses or and you can deal with things non-lethally and not have to deal with them waking up later. There's certain stuff like that, but also the open world. Like I feel like you could have still just had levels. Ground Zeroes is a bit more of an example of what could have been done with that. I don't think I think Rare is the Phantom Pain area that has depth on the level with Ground Zeroes, and that's just a shame.
Toss your gun overboard, slowly.
Oh.
A woman.
A woman.
Face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
Yep, there they are. There they are.
We are
I didn't know the word nomad when I first played this. I thought it might have been something.
I'm a nomad too.
But it means that they have no country.
What else do you have?
What they're saying here is that because Snake is no longer... He can't really call himself an American anymore because of what's happened. And the Russians, this Russian military group, they have no home to return to either. They're a relic from the Cold War, I think, or something like that. So their futures are uncertain and they have no homeland. Yes, Ground Zero's fantastic as a concept, but essentially a tech demo.
Not too shabby, is it? New York, I
It
mean.
shows what could have been if they'd put more effort. Oh. The trick with the knife and the gun is really quite something. I feel like Olga could make a cool boss fight, other than just the tutorial boss.
And that brings our tour to its conclusion.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think we deserve a little
I wonder if
credit.
Kojima's
No
got a
doubt,
particular
let's
thing
show
for
them
Russians,
why.
because they do pop up a
But
lot.
no one gets lucky twice either.
You got Ocelot, and then everything in Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, I mean. And then, obviously, Metal Gear Solid 3 is set in the jungles of Russia.
I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents. The unit is my life, my family. We've shared everything, all the bad
Alright,
and all
let's
the
just
good.
scroll to this ammo.
I have no one, nothing except the unit. Nothing else matters to me.
Alright. It really does. Everything in Metal Gear Solid is all tied together really neatly. Kojima knows what he's
Whoever you
doing
are,
when
you're
it
not
comes to crafting a
stopping us.
story. Okay. I'm gonna have to do the pop-out shot, but... Is she gonna... Oh no.
Take this!
Ooh. Oh no, I'm bleeding. That's terrible. Alas, Snake, despite all of his nice superhuman skills and abilities, he's simply a mere mortal. He bleeds, unlike me. Were I to bleed, a calamity would fall upon the world. Oh no, she'll start throwing grenades. Move. Alright, excellent. Come out, wherever you are. You foolish Russian girl! You dare to face against the might of Carmine Phlegathon? You know not what you do! Oh no, this is going to cause a... Oh wait, I just realized something. I can shoot the light.
Take this!
Oh. What? How did that get me? Oh, that's the camera. That will simply not work. Snake, we're not here to take photos. I mean, we are, but we're not really. Yeah, see, if you lie down, your blood will clot. Oh no. Take the damage. Oof. Please let my aim be true. And let her peek right. Yeah, the damage effects in Metal Gear. I will say, I'm not sure how much of them are still in Metal Gear Solid 4. I haven't tracked everything, how it changes from game to game. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, now you're going to shoot on that side. You're simply going to never be where I need you to be in order to shoot you with this gun that I have. That's quite rude, miss. It's discourteous. She is seriously just going to keep shooting. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did she? I don't know where she... Okay. So I could have shot her. All right. We took a couple of hits ourselves, but managed to pull through and utterly obliterate this foolish, pathetic mortal that dared challenge us. And now we simply enjoy the victory cutscene spoils. Ah, yes. Yes, there's nothing quite like the is it the cure system in Metal Gear Solid 3 in MGS4? MGS4 had some interesting things, but it's not quite the same as that which came before it. Oh, what have we here? It's a cipher.
Cipher? Otacon.
Isn't that funny?
Their control.
A cipher, when Cipher hasn't, you know, Cipher as a character doesn't exist yet.
I know who they are.
You do?
We've ID'd the old man.
Who is he?
Sergei Gerlukovich.
Who is he?
Gerlukovich, one of Ocelot's allies.
Yeah, the GRU colonel. He's the one Ocelot was supposed to meet up with after Shadow Moses.
They're after Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Everything's changed. This is not going to be as simple as we thought.
You could say that. I saw a surveillance remote just now.
Oh,
It
the
looked like
intrigue,
cipher.
the mystery.
Cipher T?
There's nothing quite like it. It's so
First
interesting.
the Marines, then the Russians, now the army?
You're right. This isn't gonna be
Kojima, you are one hell of a mortal.
Snake,
You're quite crazy.
There's something I have
I
to
like
tell
that.
you.
What?
We didn't dig up this info about the new Metal Gear on our own. Not like usual.
How did you find out then?
It was a tip. An anonymous tip.
Anonymous? You've never trusted those.
A
Why
tip,
would you start
eh?
now?
I've never heard of such a thing.
I have a younger sister, a stepsister. We have different parents. I only knew her for 2 years.
You've never mentioned her before. So,
The sender of the
yes,
tip was EE.
a bit of a way to introduce
Her
Emma
name is Emma. I
Emmerich
always call her EE.
before
Emma,
she actually shows up in the game.
Yeah, it just caught my eye, you know.
Since she doesn't show up
I
at all in
figured it was a
MGS1, she was created for
coincidence,
this.
but I couldn't get it out of my mind. There's really
I don't
no
know
one
how
out there who knows
genuinely...
about her.
Galukovich sounds like a
When was the
combination of an
last
old
time
name
you
and a
saw
Slavic
her?
surname,
Over 10 years ago.
Galukovic.
you
Yeah,
think it's a
it
trap
doesn't...
to lure us out here?
I don't know how
I don't
Russian
know.
it is. I don't know how
After I got
genuinely
the
Russian
tip, I
it
did
is.
break
I have
into
no
the
idea how
banking
accurate...
system
I
and
have
got
no place to
confirmation.
judge.
Okay.
Watch your back, Snake.
have
Maybe
little
I
knowledge
screwed up.
about the wonderful
I've got
Russian
a
culture.
light-equipped USP. I can take them on now. There's no ammo, but it takes a 9mm, just like the Marines' M9. I'll find those somewhere around here.
Don't raise too much racket with that.
Oh, we shall raise one hell of a racket. Ah, yes, see, the lovely thing that they did here was they made it so that there is no ammo for the USP. There's a dog tax. There's no ammo. You can't wake Olga up to choke her, and there's no ammo for the USP. Oh. Thus, you have to move zones in order to acquire a lethal firearm option, and then she's gone when you come back out. But before we go back inside, let's spend a little bit of time in the rain. Isn't it romantic? If I can ascend this ladder. Yes! A moon-covered night. Rain pouring down. This is where epic battles occur. This environment, this scenario. I have had many conflicts in such circumstances. And now we have the thermal goggles. Excellent. You know, in some games they let you quick slide down ladders, but I'm pretty sure that's not an option for Metal Gear Solid, considering how realistic it is. Oh, we rolled downstairs. I forgot that that will cause Snake to just hit his head. Oh no! Stop moving. Well, that's a problem. There. Was it really that hard? I can't even kill you, you poor fool. Ah yes, stair concussion. Stairs! They're the nemesis of many mortals, stairs. Excellent means of conveyance, but oh, should you trip on them, disaster awaits. I don't know how some people manage to live in buildings with them, where they just to move from from one room in your house to another, or hither and thither. You have to ascend or descend stairs. It's such a terrible state of affairs. A state of stairs, one might say. One wouldn't say that, though, if one had any taste, unlike myself. Snake, you look like you might be about to sneeze. So let's do that first. There wouldn't happen to be any USP ammo. So we could blow that guy's brains out right now. But actually, I wanna show you something a little different. Oh, thank you. It was a terrible pun, but thank you for calling it cute. Uh-oh. He saw the sleeping guard. Oh, well, they're outside. They're out there, and we're in here, and they're the sheriff and so on. Is this seriously going to happen again? Is this just going to happen every time? I want to... You fool! I want to show the mortals something excellent and cool about this game, Kojima! You ask too much of me. Now you sleep, because I don't have a suppressor for the USP, and it will cause much noise. Alright, I've got 19 shots on the M9. So, you see all these bottles? They break individually. Look, and that one spilled liquid. This was incredible back in the day. Look at that. It drains through the grate. Look at this. Look at all this wine that we're wasting. Look at that, and you can see the shattered parts. This really was quite incredible for the time. It's all in the limitations. Limitations create great aesthetics. Alright. Now we're going to try. And yes! We have successfully snapped someone's neck. Yes, the attention to detail is nice. It's so nice. There's so much detail and love in these games. I am looking the wrong way. That's a chaff grenade.
Is there somebody there?
That was a chaff grenade! Mortals, that was a chaff grenade. That was the worst possible thing that could have been equipped instead of the M9. Yes, actually, that's actually... Rare Rodent, that's actually a genius thing to take away from this. Like, I never connected how detailed and how individual things from broken objects would remain MGS2 is, but like I never connected that to Raiden's precision cutting and Rising. Oh man, that could have been how they wanted the high frequency blade to work. That's such a good thought. I wish I had it myself. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm always saying. You mortals. You're amazing. The ways you can conceive of things. I'm envious. Indeed. Yes, that is true. Yeah, good art style and attention to detail can easily make up for graphics. Yes, absolutely, 100% every time. Art style is what is important. Aesthetic is what is important. Graphics are not. The Metal Gear Solid 1 looks great, and it is graphically like they're just polygons. Final Fantasy VII is the most iconic Final Fantasy of ever, and it still holds up to this day. Looks great. Everything is just polygons that that don't have textures. I think it's all about style, and now with how games are all focused on photorealism, there's less. It's less about style and more simply about imitating reality, which I think is a bit of a shame. But let's choke out this guy anyway, because we must snap more necks, all the necks. There will be nary a neck left when we're done with things. Otacon, where am I going?
Hey, Snake, you found a handgun.
Yeah,
Decent one.
yes, I have.
USP.
The USP fires real bullets, not the knockout rounds the M9 uses.
Well, it would be a bit weird if Olga had a
The
tranquilizer
USP isn't
gun.
equipped with a suppressor either. If you fire it when there are enemies nearby, they'll probably hear it. Keep that in mind. Having the USP will make combat easier, but being undetected is still the best way to go.
Oh, I'm
okay?
sure they were, but I'm just talking. I'm sure there were the pre-rendered backgrounds in FMVs and FF7, but like even ignoring the beautiful drawn backgrounds and the cinematic cutscenes, yes, this is the room we want to go into. Just the models and all of that interacting in FF7 still holds up, in my opinion, just as well as as pixel aesthetics, as 2D sprites. Alright, so we want to choke this person as soon as we can. So we're going to wait for him to come back in the other direction again, and then we nab him. Murder, easy, simple, fun for the whole family. Anyone can do it. Anyone can snap somebody's neck if you try hard enough. Let's see here. Yeah, let's go down the stairs. I'm pretty sure that Snake goes at a different speed while you're ascending and descending stairs, because he steps on every individual step. It's really quite something. This is what I'm saying. Attention to detail. So that corpse is just kind of there. It's a bit. It'll probably be fine. Yes, they're very charming. It's all, so many good games with good aesthetics from back then, from the old days. So you can still find games with great art style even today. And I know some people really like the aesthetic of Hades, which I think came out this year. You see, look at all those bottles. Shoot one. Oh, and another thing, actually, if there should be a table with a glass on it somewhere, unless that's in a tech demo version. I'm pretty sure this part of this area has ice cubes that melt in real. Oh, yes. These ice cubes, they melt. See, look at that. It fell. Oh, it's a mouse. But look at this. These ice cubes, they will over time gradually melt. It's simple. It's elegant. There's no reason to do it, but they did it anyway, and still managed to make, like, this isn't. They didn't I don't think they advertised this feature like crazy and were like, oh, we made the ice cubes melt, but the rest of the game is garbage. No, they made a really good game and had so many interesting factors in it. It's really quite lovely. I'm quite impressed by you mortals and your ability to do things like this. It's so lovely. You create such great things, mortals.
Raven?
It's Vulcan Raven from Metal Gear Solid 1. With the minigun. And the death. And the ravens. Oh, it's just an action figure next to a light. So you can shoot out that light, and then the action figure actually shoots out these. You can see them there. He shoots out these little pellets from his minigun, and they'll just stay there. Oh, he's probably just gonna keep doing that. So we're going to move on and see. Look at see stuff on posters, pin-ups on posters, stuff like that. Now that is somebody that has done their exercise reps. Oh, whoa! I forgot this happened. Snake really stopped discovering corpses. Whew. Chills. But that kind of attention to detail is hard these days. The RDR2 horse defecation workload problem? Yes. See, that's exactly the thing. In MGS2, the ice cubes, that's charming. But spending a whole bunch of time making sure that horse feces works right in Red Dead Redemption 2, bit overkill. Now, personally, I really love Red Dead Redemption 2. It was a lovely experience. I've gone through it twice. I liked it so much. But the Rockstar probably did go a bit overboard. It's still very immersive. I still remember reading that the mother of the voice actor for Dutch van der Linde played it as her first video game in order to understand what everyone was so excited about with this work from her son, because everyone seemed so into it. And I still and she then wrote an essay on it, and I still remember reading that. And it was a good read. It was a good read. I recommend it. Honestly. You know what? Just for that, you're getting choked. You don't get to live. Yeah. Try moving now. Try walking. You can't. You're dead. You've ceased to be. You are an ex-Russian soldier. Not even gonna give me any loot. Ah, now here. Oh, well, it really does go into, does she say anything in particular? Yes, it goes into some lovely detail about how, she's never played a video game before. We can all play video games as easily as we can breathe. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. But it can be difficult for someone who's never played video games before. And Red Dead Redemption 2 has some, the controls happen to be not the most forgiving. Even people who are experts have made mistakes where they've made Arthur do something they didn't want to do. So, but she talked about the controller being the link between her and Arthur, the character, and all of these interesting observations from someone who is a stranger to the world of video games, and their perspectives and opinions. It's really quite something. Up. Now, will somebody hear if I blow your brains out here in the hold? Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is no. Alright, let's make a little, see if it makes a little blood trail. I doubt it. Nope, not enough blood. All his blood's already bled out. He's bled all the blood he can bleed. But it was a bloody good time. I'll give it that. But yes, even somebody with no background in games doing something like that. Mortals, you truly are Oh, humans. You gotta love them. You've got to love them. Yeah, I really recommend you do. It's a lovely read. But yeah, stuff like that in video games where they're just doing it because they can and not doing it like that wouldn't break immersion. Immersion was at a premium, it used to be, but now it's all style, no substance. Oh no. Okay, so he's going to go... I think I'm good if I choke him. Alright, excellent. Another one has bitten the dust. Yeah, just stay there. You get to live because you have not done anything to offend me personally. You on the lower decks. Do you wish to offend me personally? You wish to offend me personally?
What's that?
Oh no.
I got him. Send reinforcements.
What's going on? Respond.
I got him. Send reinforcements.
What's going on? Respond. We've lost contact with the engine room.
Okay.
Check it out.
Okay, I think we can... Nope.
He got me. Stay on lookout for the intruder.
Understood. Assigning all personnel to the starboard entrance to the engine room.
Oh, did you see that? Did you see that, mortals? The big brain play. The biggest of brains. Now we can simply hide ourselves in a locker and wait for the caution to pass. Easy as. We won't get a score for no alerts, but that was never an option with my skills in the first place. So let's pause, take a moment to reflect on the mistakes that have brought us here. And simply meditate. Be one in the moment.
It's the intruder. Stay on guard.
Send
Oh,
a replacement guard for the area.
They must have discovered a corpse or two. We're gonna be here a while, so, you know. Is everybody having a nice day? Everybody got some drinks or stuff like that? You know, all the comforts and luxuries of the mortal realm. I think I'm gonna have a little drink myself. Yes, there's nothing quite like a time in a stealth game where you're just waiting. You're just waiting. You wait for an enemy to get out of your path. You wait for an alert phase to be over. You wait, you wait, you wait. Stealth games can be a very meditative experience. Oh yeah, water. The lifeblood of mortals. One of the most powerful liquids in the universe. Water is both delicious and life-giving. And a primal element. It's very powerful. Oh, you'll have to go to bed soon. Well, I hope that when you do, you have a most pleasant slumber, as pleasant as any mortals can have. I myself don't always have the best sleep, but I wish it on everyone else. And bad sleep is always a shame to have happen. Okay, so if I recall correctly, this will blow me up, but I can shoot these, and that'll... Oh, Otacon is talking to me.
Snake, there's another set of infrared sensors in place. If you touch that, the explosives will detonate and that ship will be pulverized.
Uh-oh.
I'm not in the mood to go sleep with the fishes, but...
You woke up 2 hours ago and forgot to eat? Oh no.
No need to worry.
That's
There's a
no,
way
you
through.
can't do that, mortal. You can't neglect your eating.
Take a close look. Do you see the thing with
You're
blinking
eating
green
reps.
lights
They
right
must be.
next to the
They must be
explosives?
done. They simply must
That's
be.
the
There's no other
control
option.
unit for the sensors. Destroy that, and the
Eat to
sensors
live,
stop
live to eat.
functioning. You can't get in close enough to touch it, so you'll have to shoot it out.
I'm
But the M9's
concerned.
knockout rounds won't work. The USP you picked up should do the trick. Use that gun.
But what can I do? It is your decision. Alright, so if I'm not a fool, which has yet to be seen, there will be there's still lasers. There's another one up there. I checked with the cigarettes. And I'm now glad that I did, because the alternative would have been we would have blown up and died. And that's simply no fun at all. Alright, that one's down. So that must mean that there's a third one. I can pass through the first one, I think. So that leaves... There should be one left. Where is it? Where are you hiding? Can you see it with thermal goggles, or... No, that doesn't seem to be any help. No, it's... I'm positive that you can see it from... Aha! Shot. Shot to pieces. We've done very well for ourselves this time, mortals. Very well for ourselves indeed. Oh. But now we come to the hallway, to the corridor. Look at them, they're just leaving corpses out everywhere. These Russian terrorists are so untidy. I didn't see him in the corridor. It was dark. I didn't realize. I was running head first into my own doom, my own destruction. Oh. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Alright, let us see here. Let's see here. Will you move? Or will I make you move? It's beginning to seem like the answer is I will make you. I was about to switch weapons to UPS and USP? UPS. To USP and blow his brains out, and as soon as I do that, he turns and he looks at me. You know what? He's still alive. The other foot, he's still alive. Now let's try one in the hand. Looks like he's still alive, and one in the wrist. Still alive, this guy is. That's for giving me so much trouble. You know what? I'll not put him out of his misery. Enjoy being crippled forever. Oh no. And after I tried so hard and got so far. Sure, I have a ration. Alright. It's turned into a firefight! Please open! Oh. Alright, now that we've overcome that little bit, that little hiccup, that little thing that did not occur, because of course it did not, and I was perfect and flawless. Now that we've gone over that little speed bump, now we can have the actual mandated combat part. Do I have... Yeah, I've got ammo. Is there anything here? More ammo. Oh, I'm so thankful for all this ammo and rations. Oh, if I was playing on hard, it would not be good. Oh, what noise, Railroad? Oh, oh yes, the common conceit of all stealth games. Yes, it must have been a mouse. It was, I heard a noise and I come to investigate it, but there's nothing here. Even though I heard a gunfire, I'm just going to assume that everything is normal once I've, chilled out. Yes. If you want to see a corridor turned into Armageddon, you're about to see another one. Let me just warm myself up. You're about to see somebody fail at their shooting reps.
Colonel, we have sealed the stern hatch. The lift is also under our control. Sir, the Marine commander has started his speech already.
The speech is the time limit.
The holes have been severed. No one is aware of our presence. Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
My daughter, keep her safe.
Oh, he's concerned about his daughter, but he still let her come along on this dangerous mission against the US Marines. Fatherly love. Snake, are we ready?
Who goes there?
Snake, let's go. Auto aim. They shot the lights out. Right in the crotch. Oh. Now that's Armageddon. Now that is the chaos, the calamity of mankind. That is the end of all things, the Ragnarok. Also known as an average Tuesday for me. Ah yes, greetings, Shadowsilt, greetings. I'm not quite sure I deserve an honorific, but thank you. Honorifics, what a fascinating mortal thing. We have just murdered, for those joining, I'm Carmine Phlegathon, and we've just murdered so many Russian terrorists. So many of them.
Who goes there?
And we're not even done. Now, don't let this fact that this person is Russian confuse you. This man is a cowboy.
Why are you here? We thought you were with the colonel. What the?
Giddy up. Yeah, it's really straight. Yeah, this is the kind of power that Snake has. 3 soldiers with ARs casually walking into a pistol in a line. He just takes them all down with pistols. They have assault rifles. There's more than like they could fill that corridor with lead, but he just mows them all down because he's Solid Snake. He's simply a professional. He's a professional at this.
Are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
Uh-oh.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
Terrorists going to acquire Metal Gear, which will allow them to negotiate with nuclear powers.
You're definitely Marines.
Marines have really cocked this one up.
The deck is sealed off. They have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
I'm not interested in fighting these guys.
They've created such a
Weapons won't
terrible, terrible screw-up.
No.
The fools!
They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
I mean, isn't wherever they land going to be somewhat beach adjacent,
Okay, Snake,
considering that
let's
they're
go
on a
over this
ship?
one more time. Use this camera to get
They're not going to
photographic
take it to the
evidence Metal
middle
Gear
of the
prototype.
inland
Now
desert,
do your
are
thing
they?
and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front right, and front left.
Oh, the
and a
photos.
close-up of the Marine Corps
The
mark.
photos. Oh, this is going to be quite difficult.
There should be a Marine's insignia on the body of Metal Gear.
We have to play paparazzi and
Just
take
let
the right
someone try
photos.
explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
There's actually one little thing.
Just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Ah, they don't want the photos to
Instead
be
of using
intercepted.
codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block.
You know, how does Otacon know about this? Was the data on the computer that the Snake got into?
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into U.S. military's proprietary network.
I
Managed to get
forgot.
into that
I
workstation and
forgot about
overrode
that.
part of the
Rex
system
was just
software
kind of
so I could
sitting in
remote
Shadow
install
Moses
a
in
little
Metal Gear
app I
Solid
wrote.
4,
Why bother with
which
anything
is
that
it was very cool.
No, it's pretty
Rex
simple,
vs. Ray
really.
was super cool, but
All you have to
also,
do is stand in front of the machine and
I mean,
push
I
the
guess it's
action
because the
button.
nuclear part
app
is
will
important, and I don't think
automatically
Rex
launch
had
and
its
download the
nuke.
image
It was
data
just a
from
mech
the camera,
fight.
split the files and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have
But
to
yeah,
do
it's
is
a bit
push
weird.
the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll
That's
spot
right.
you, okay?
That's right,
much time
Snake.
do I
That's
have?
right.
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes. Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit.
A 7-minute time limit.
Remember, Snake, just the
7
photos,
minutes
okay?
until the end.
With these
But
kinds
what
of
will you
odds,
do with it?
I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we can just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
All right, we'll deal with the rest. when we
Yeah,
get
you'd think
there.
the whole thing would be
Stay low.
decommissioned, but I'm pretty sure that the US military has made dumber decisions when it comes to expenditures and stuff like that. Before we actually get into this, we're just gonna save real
Time
quick,
to save?
because I'm probably just gonna straight up die. Oh, no, I want to save on this, obviously.
Okay. There's a saying that goes, even a bird on high dies a glutton's death, as do the fish of the deeps. The lesson is, don't be
Oh,
greedy.
Otacon.
The fish that belonged to a family called
Oh,
the Deeps
Otacon.
died from overfeeding, and so did a bird that got
You
high on
foolish.
something. Probably fermented fruit.
Fermented fruit!
Okay, if you say so.
I do, Snake. Don't take unnecessary risks just because you're greedy for more items. Remember the Deep
The
family's
Deep
fish.
Family's fish. Always remember, mortals. Always remember the Deep Family's fish. You can't forget about them.
Specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force.
Oh right, I could have jumped over the railing and gotten onto this platform quicker than if I'd climbed down the ladder.
See a swarm of these Metal Gear derivative
Fun fact, there's actually a glitch that allows you to get right down this ladder instantly. They use it for speedrunning. I can't do it myself though.
pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
Don't want to get in front of the projector.
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands,
So we're simply going to sidle by
no longer a threat. The blind rush to
like a phantom in the night.
contain, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by
Ah, there was nothing up here. There was a dud, a dead end. A fool's errand. I'm pretty sure that screen is not supposed to be green, but what can one do? That's the only. If that's the only technical issue of this stream, I will be quite happy. Ignore that somebody is crawling behind you. Ignore that somebody is crawling behind you.
Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a
Yes, you really. If you're not in somebody's cone of vision and you're not doing an action that makes noise in Metal Gear Standards, you are. They're not going to notice you, even if you're right behind them. Oh. Which way are they going to face? I just want them to... As long as they just face a direction, I don't care which. I can... Oh wait, I think I can get through the other side easier. So I want to... do that. Alright. But yes, Snake is... he's invisible, he's a phantom. Okay. Oh, the stretching. Oh boy.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event.
There it is. There it is, mortals. You can see it. It's visible. It's palpable. It's Metal Gear Ray. And hopefully, we're going to blow it up. If I continue going through this series of Metal Gear. But for now, we just want to take photos. You'll save the property destruction for later. But look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that the coolest, mortals? Look at that. A walking nuclear platform with amphibious capabilities.
As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I
look at that. So, I'm just going to choke you to death if that's okay. Wait, I don't want to hurt anyone, do I? I think I might just trank him.
Freeze.
Projected to completion in 2005. However, the NMD trial
there we go.
in the year 2000 was
Now, I'm pretty sure this was what will get us the image of, is that a fireman's pole? What is that? Anyway, camera. We're a photographer. We're an expert. We're a pro. We're a master photographer.
strong criticism from Russia and China for its potential violation of the anti-ballistic missile agreement. The fact that any development in missile defense would trigger...
Got it. Oh, that is a great way. That is a great way for Revengeance to start, honestly. Raiden destroying that ray. He doesn't trivialize it, but it's quite the excellent boss fight. Because it shows you just what kind of a game Revengeance is. I really love Revengeance as a sequel to Metal Gear Solid 2, because it carries both the themes and Raiden's character development through with it. Okay, so I want a photo from the front right, so... here, maybe? Maybe from here, from this angle. Okay, so we hit that.
There are also forces at work trying to exploit
and we hit this. Yes, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it, mortals.
The human race is about to slide back into the endless arms race of that last century.
Alright, now we simply have to see what our photo reviewer Otacon thinks of our pictures. There's a lot of funny things you can do with this. Like taking photos of pin-ups or stuff like that and uploading them. And he'll have funny comments. There's so many details, so much passion in this game. It's quite lovely. Yes, all of the computer speak. I'm personally terrible with technology. I'm the worst. So it's your mortal technology. It confuses me. It baffles me. I'm amazed I can get anything to work at all. But, media, they make it look so easy. You just type, and then you're done. It's easy to code. You just have to wear some cool sunglasses and get to typing, and you're a cyberpunk hacker.
So, any codec moments
Oh,
from
it's a
you,
pun
Snake?
on Kodak.
Okay, first
The
up,
camera people.
this is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well.
You're damn right it does.
What's next?
Oh, I've somehow made him stop talking. Oh well. Okay, that's good. That's shot from the right is in the bag. Front room. Left shot. Alright, off we go. We must leave. We must escape. We must abscond.
Lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray.
But wait.
That is all. Dismissed.
But wait. You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you? It's never easy for Snake. Yes, Pachi Pachi. Pachi Pachi for the lovely speech, Colonel. I think you're a colonel. How could I have forgotten his rank?
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. End of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice.
What are you
to
accusing?
speak the truth.
What is Ocelot accusing him of lying about, actually? He just kind of says that and the conversation moves on.
I am Shalashaska.
I am Shashalashashashashashashka.
Ocelot.
He has 6 bullets. He has 6 bullets, mortals. Do you know how many that is? That's more than enough to kill anything that moves. You don't want to mess with Ocelot. He has 6 whole bullets.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Yes.
Steal? No, I'm taking it back.
I'm going to make them give back our past. I think that's a Metal Gear Solid 5 line. So many mimetic things from this house. Yes, he's Revolver Ocelot. Revolver Ocelot. Revolver Ocelot. Revolver Ocelot. He's just so... Okay, how... Would anyone like to explain how Galukovich got behind him? That's really quite something. To have just kind of silently moved up those stairs. It's like he's Solid Snake.
Nobody move. Understood?
If only they had started shooting at Ocelot, Ocelot would be dead and they could have turned around and seen Galukovich. Why is the camera operator still operating? And, like, why are the Marines, having seen that, just kind of stay where they are? I guess it's because they have to stay where they are or he'll get shot, but...
This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water.
Ah, yes,
at
a
the touch of this
recursive
button.
name. I wish I had a name that contained itself as well. I wish,
That's right.
I had some sort of
No one has
middle
to
name in
guide me
runes
this
or something cool like that. But I'm simply Carmine Phlegathon. Nothing more, nothing less. Not quite as flashy as it could be. But I mean, I cannot... Despite all my power, my inhuman, demonic force, all my training, I could not be as cool as Revolver Ocelot. It's simply not possible. Look at him. He has 6 bullets. And a great, great voice.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
That'd be funny.
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
The research
What are you
outpost.
talking about?
After
The
Cold
nuclear
War,
research
my
outpost.
home was bought out by the Americans.
I am Russian. Da.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Not you would understand. Land,
Despite
friends,
oh,
they
so
give
despite
all
all your
the
rage,
science
you were
which
still just a
pleased
rat in a
the government.
cage. I see, I see, I see.
Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to
Oh,
do?
are you calling the cult single action army the best gun ever? Because I feel like it's a good contender.
I regret to inform you.
Isn't that the one that they also have called by the name Peacemaker, which is really simply really cool. Personally, the anime Princess Principal introduced me to the concept of the Webley Fosbury revolver that is designed such that, if I understand it correctly, it's designed such that you don't need to cock the hammer to fire it. After you've fired it, it'll somehow slide back and activate the hammer itself, which it was quite distinctive, and I simply kind of fell in love with it a bit. Oh, I'm not very knowledgeable about firearms, about the weapons of the mortals. I simply know what I see in media. But yes, it's a romantic weapon. I feel like a revolver with all the beauty of a revolver and its chamber and how it goes and spins and all that, but with the way it moves back every time it fires. It's quite something. It has some of the aspects of a pistol, but also of a revolver. That is another thing that Metal Gear Solid 5 lost, actually, when it happened, I believe. Metal Gear Solid 4, as a kid, is what made me love the P90, the submachine gun, because it was in that game. And I picked one up a frog, and one up off a frog enemy, and used it. But in Metal Gear Solid 5, all the guns are made up. They're fictional. They don't bear any resemblance to the original. Ocelot isn't even using the single-action army.
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Did you really have to, Ocelot? Did you really have to deliver such a line? See, what did I tell you? Mortals, what did I tell you about being more than enough to kill anything that moves? Look at that. Look at him move. Look at that. You don't want to mess with Ocelot. In MGS1 they had him be the first boss, and so you kind of underestimated him, but then became incredibly important.
This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
They're in full military gear, somewhat. I'm not sure they'd have much good chance of swimming. I don't know how well that stuff is designed. I mean, they are Marines, so maybe I'm pretty sure you have to pass a swim test in uniform. Suisei.webm. I've seen that webm. I love that webm of where she's dancing and it's they've shopped in the revolvers. It's just the best. It's the best! Because it really does look like she's just being Revolver Ocelot, and I could believe that. Isn't she also... Doesn't she also have a bit of Russian... Is that where it comes from? She's got a bit of Russian theming in... I know her choice of clothing in Among Us, and she also really likes Tetris, and that's a Russian game. It's so interesting, the memes that spring up around VTubers. It's so lovely.
Who are you?
It's him!
You know who I am.
It's him!
Not
Oh,
so young anymore,
the biggest thing that I dislike about Metal Gear Solid 4 is that Liquid Ocelot is not voiced by Liquid. I understand why they did it, but I just love Liquid Snake's voice actor so much. He just sounds so confident and somewhat British. Oof. Couldn't you have just gotten a... You know what, this is kind of funny. Couldn't you have just gotten a prosthetic arm, Ocelot? Big Boss had one.
Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on.
I mean, they don't... That's not why, Liquid. They explain in Metal Gear Solid 4 that that's not why you guys age so fast. You were deliberately designed that way. So you're just guessing. Man, I kind of wish they'd gone ahead and made it so that Liquid Ocelot was just Liquid possessing I mean, yeah, Liquid possessing Ocelot would have made sense, considering that Ocelot has familial connections to an actual known, like, confirmed in-universe psychic. The sorrow. The sorrow! Oh yeah, sure, Ocelot. Just because you're cool and have a cool revolver, you get to pilot the cool mech while I get to drown. That seems very fair. Oh yeah, it did get convoluted, but that's Metal Gear for you. That's Kojima. I've played Death Stranding, and it is a... It's a humdinger. It's a whoozy woozy of the time. Kojima is just... I mean, that's why we love him, but he is a nutcase.
You don't have what it takes after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
Well, that didn't work nearly as well as the time I came face to face with Rex. When I had a missile launcher. Honestly, I would say that Death Stranding is not for everyone. Personally, it is precisely and 100% my jam in such a way that it's so my jam that I'm not even considering replaying it for a stream at the moment, like, for any time. Because, like, it really is just walking. And that is incredibly, in such a way that is incredibly fun for me. I remember everyone was so excited about Death Stranding, and then it was revealed that you're a post-apocalyptic mailman, and everyone was like, oh no, that's boring. And personally, I was like, more of Kojima's nonsense? I'm not that interested. And then I heard it was about a post-apocalyptic mailman, and I thought, yes, mortals, you've done it again! You've created something that is perfectly to my tastes. You geniuses, you. You made Death Stranding. The story is what it is, and it's quite strong at some points. Mads Mikkelsen is especially good in it, but the gameplay is really what resonated with me.
We have a problem.
You think, Snake? You think you have a problem? You think your problem might be connected to the fact that is a Metal Gear that has just destroyed the ship, and you're now going to either be crushed or drowned? Did it even cross your mind that that's what it could be? Look at that high pressure water cutter. Oh. Oh. Oh, the humanity. Snake. Snake? Snake! Oh, iconic. MGS death screams are iconic. Whoop. There she goes. Yes, it would be quite difficult for me to take down a Metal Gear Ray in its elements. I would have to invoke the demon in my right arm. Oh, you made it, Bonburger. I'm so glad to hear that. I assume you made it here to this stream. And not that you have made some item of, well, it could be anything, really. It could be a jewel-encrusted dagger.
Proceeding as planned, sir.
But welcome, and it's good to have you here. But yes, like I said, the demon in my right arm could take down this Metal Gear Ray quite easily, but without relying on its power too much, I would have a difficult time of it.
Yes, at the location.
Oh, Ocelot, you and your suspicious
I have
talks.
photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful.
Ocelot is everything a conspiracy theorist wants out of their evil, you know, their evil, like the people of the conspiracy. They just want the villains behind the conspiracy to all act like Ocelot, with the vague, mysterious wordings. I mean, any more than 2 inches, aren't there like letter openers that are... I'm not sure how much an inch is actually, but letter openers, like even not even a letter opener. Like what about knives for cooking, or is it just for daggers? Personally, I don't own a dagger myself. I don't have any ritualistic needs for a dagger. I don't fight with a dagger, so I have no need for a dagger. But a bit weird that the daggers would be restricted. Daggers are cool. Scientists had to make thousands of calculations to create the atomic bomb and determine its effects. Computers and atomic bombs, both products of World War II, grew up together. That's a real quote from the Smithsonian. And it's also the theme of the game! Woo! It's about technology and the rise of the internet. And how that connects to nuclear war and all that. American politics. All the good stuff.
It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
It's time, lads. Mortals. Friends. It's time.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Oh, my excitement. It's palpable. Look at those. Look at those helicopters. Do you know where they're headed? The legendary location. My right hand trembles in anticipation. The demon inside. Oh, it's waking up. Settle down, my right arm. Look at this. It's the big shell. Look at it. Hexagons everywhere. Beautiful hexagons. Oh, they actually did. They did, yes. They did have to edit out the Twin Towers in a scene in the game because of the timing when the game was released. Because literally as they were, like, they'd already planned it all out and everything, and then the September 11th attacks happened. And so they had to change scenes where Arsenal gear is crashing into New York. I think they did a pretty good job with the changed version. But who can say what we would have got otherwise? But yes, bad timing. Bad timing. A lot of things must have been really sensitive during that. A lot of things in production must have changed drastically. Hexagons are the bestagons. That is true. I've seen that. I've seen that video about how good hexagons are, and I agree with it wholeheartedly.
The president? Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crew
But,
like turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
An inferno.
Worst case scenario, if the chloride's being used to
Oil on the water. Fire on the oil. Fire on the oil on the water, and fire on the water.
dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster.
But yes, the big shell. I love the big shell as a location. With the big struts, with the bridges, and how it's all over water. It's really quite iconic. I get the love for Shadow Moses, but oh, the big shell.
And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary.
And see, they wanted Raiden here to look like a ninja with a scroll in his mouth, which is why he's got the breathing apparatus. The tube mask.
Is also conducting a rescue operation.
Raiden is meant to be a ninja, but I am not a ninja. I'm simply a powerful, cursed being.
It's a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
Are you all ready for more codex?
I'm now inside strut A.
Because we're gonna get more lovely codex.
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
I can hear just Quentin Flynn as Raiden. Beautiful performance.
I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
Always loved it.
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the big shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
No, I want to be called Snake. Snake is cool.
Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Ha, it's because of the,
We'll skip that part.
it's because of the
Make
VR
sure
missions in Metal
nobody
Gear
sees
Solid
you.
1 and 2.
If you need to, contact me by
It's a
codec.
lovely little reference.
The
There's
frequency is
the way Metal Gear Solid is always
140.85.
playing
When you want
with
to use the
their
codec,
fourth wall.
push the codec button.
Kojima really is a
When we
madman.
need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep.
Ah, yes,
When
yes.
you hear that noise,
That is
press
that
the
feeling.
codec
That
button.
feeling. That
The
feeling of
codec's
betrayal is
receiver
precisely
directly
what I
stimulates the
wanted to
small
talk
bones
about.
of your ear. No one but you
The
will
thing
be able
is,
to hear
in
it.
Metal Gear Solid 2, you're not playing as Snake for most of it. You're playing as Raiden. And they hid that you were going to be playing as Raiden for so long, much of the game. So players thought they were going to be playing as Snake. They weren't. They were disappointed. And so they don't like Raiden because, I mean, they want to play Snake. Snake is cool. And Snake is cool. But
Your new
since I
CZ
came
suit
into it
uses electrofiber
without
technology,
playing Metal
a
Gear Solid
byproduct of
1,
fiber optics research.
I myself
The texture
was
isn't far removed from rubber.
never
The
had that
material protects
experience
against a
of
wide
betrayal,
range
and
of
so
toxic
I've always loved
substances. The
Raiden.
suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is
Because
referred to as smart
he
scale
was
military
my
R&D.
introduction to this whole
Data
thing,
about
and
damage
Snake
to
is a
different regions of
legendary
the body,
legendary
including blood
soldier.
loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
But yeah, Raiden is designed to be a very different character from Snake. Kojima has said some dumb things about how it's hard to write Snake because he's an artificial being, and that's dumb. But obviously, they can't all be hits. You gotta miss sometimes.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area.
But Raiden is very much a different character and a different story than Snake's. But it copies Snake's in certain ways. And I really like that. Alright, so first, I know on some easy difficulties there's a gun under here, but there's nothing there, so we're just gonna have to... Weapons and equipment, OSP. Ah yes, Kojima. It's a good thing we don't have a ration, because those roaches could start eating it. Alright. Now. Raiden, yes, mostly artificial because as of Revengeance he's got all that cyborg body parts, but in this he's pretty much human. Now, let us do our reps. Let us do our reps, mortals. How are you all doing today while we do our reps? Best to get this out of the way. For those who don't understand what I'm doing, I'll explain it briefly. These are pull-ups. And this is a system you may not know ever existed in Metal Gear Solid 2. But you have 3 grip levels. And if you want to have a stronger grip strength and hold on for longer, you simply have to do your pull-up reps. Thus, we must exercise. This is the closest you're ever going to get to a Ring Fit Adventure stream out of me. Ha! Oh, mortals, don't stare at Raiden's hips. That's for Rose. That's lewd. That's simply... I'm aghast at the lewdness. I don't even know what to say. Come on. Come on. Come on. How many is it to get to level 2? I know it's more to get to... Oh! Oof. Oh no, no, no! You can't be lewd during the scene in Arsenal Gear where he's naked. That's super embarrassing, and it's also like a super good scene with all the codec stuff going on. Oh man, that was so surreal when I first played it. I might be doing my pull-ups wrong somehow. I genuinely can't remember if there's just I simply haven't done enough yet, which could be possible. It certainly could be possible, but I swear you can. Because look at that, grip level 1. The bar is blue at the moment, but it's orange for 2 and pink for 3, I'm pretty sure. Does it just not count because I'm in water? No, I've leveled grip before. Well, I guess we'll have to table that for now, mortals. We'll try it in strut. We might try it in strut D. For now, let's try swimming. And we'll have to sit through this codec call with the colonel.
These are the basic controls for swimming. Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster.
Rapid succession.
Change your heading by moving the left thumbstick. Up will take you up. Down.
The swimming sections in this game. They're certainly something.
The O2 gauge will appear under your life gauge while you're underwater.
Especially with how you need to. Yes, this O2 gauge. I myself do not need to breathe underwater. I can simply hold my breath for massive periods of time. It's one of my perks as a cursed being. But if I recall correctly... Yes, observe! 100 pull-ups for level 2. Then we shall do 100 pull-ups. We shall obtain it, but we just acquired the thermal goggles, as you can see. So, yes, thank you for confirming that we need 100 pull-ups. We must be more than halfway already. So let us train. Become what you must. Become a legend. We'll only get to level 2. I don't want to bore you mortals with... Best to space them out. Pull up endurance stream. No, that would be over too quickly. A real endurance stream would take hours upon hours. There's many interesting endurance challenges that I'm sure can be had. Something like playing through an entire JRPG or something with a decent playtime in one sitting would be a fun endurance stream, I think. I don't know, maybe something... I mean, like, some of them are a bit too long. I don't think I could beat... I don't think I could stay awake for long enough to beat Legend of Dragoon or something like that in an entire... in a sitting. But there are shorter games. But as long as one has the will, one has the determination, one can do anything. That's the beauty of mortals. You can do anything that you put your minds to. Oh, all of FF8 in one sitting. Now that there is an idea. I'm not sure how feasible it is. I mean, the game can be broken in certain ways, so I'm sure that if I did a bit of studying up on how to not make it take too long, I'm pretty sure I could smash that out in... Yeah, well, you don't need to grind in FF8, but you do need to acquire power. Which can happen quickly or slowly, depending on how good you are at the game. For example, while you don't need to grind, it's easier to acquire high-level magic from enemies than it is to get them from lower-level enemies. Aha!
Raiden, you should be
Oh,
used to...
I thought you were congratulating me, Colonel. Get out of here. Takes speedrunners like a day to do FF8. Then maybe that would have to be mostly... yeah. A speedrun of this game can take about just an hour, which is quite impressive. I made a couple of attempts at speedrunning this myself, learning it a bit. It was fun. Although it's so detached from how one normally plays the game that it's useless to actually play it.
Grip has gotten stronger. Guess your hard work has paid off.
Congratulations, we've done it. But Baton Kiaios Endurance Stream, I actually never played that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I only have the vaguest understanding of what that is. But yeah, see, our grip drains. Our grip drains less now. Cards are the best source of junctioning magic in FF8, which means one has to play triple triad, which means one must be prepared to lose their soul. But yeah, you want to card things and you want to convert the cards into it's all very so and so. You want to convert the cards into the thing to do the thing, and then you end up with a whole bunch of Thundagas that you use to junction to a stat and you acquire power. Let's get that ration, everybody. I think you can get into the vent from here. Is there no... Raiden, cooperate with me. Is there... Yep, there is. Excellent, excellent. We have grip level 2. I'll tell you what is a Final Fantasy terrible for speedrunning. 10, because that has voiced unskippable cutscenes. So that, like, even though, like, all the gameplay is super precise. But, oh man. Oh, like, oh, it just takes so long because of all the voiced cutscenes, because it was the first one to have them. And you can't skip them. I've turned myself around. First person view is going to be easier to navigate with as soon as we take off this terrible mask. Yes, the R-rat. I still really want to like watch Pecora play Metal Gear Solid 3. I've got to do that. Got to catch up. The time. Where's the time? I'm sure I can make the time. As we see here, a certain somebody with a certain legendary codename happens to have just kicked the hell out of that guard. Okay, actually, the Tidus laugh, I love the Tidus laugh. I'll defend the Tidus laugh to the death. I think it's great. I like Final Fantasy X for the same reason I like FF8, in that I'm a sucker for a love story, and the Tidus laugh, while a fantastic meme, is also a very nice point in Tidus and Yuna's relationship. It's I can try and do it. I can try and do it actually. If I remember, it goes something like, ah ha 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 ha, ah ha 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 ha, ah ha 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 ha, something like that. It is genuinely. He's genuinely called Tidus. I swear. I swear! I've played Dissidia. Have you played Dissidia? He's called Tidus and Dissidia. Like, that's the official pronunciation of his name. It's not my fault that they decided to make it possible for you to call him something, so everyone calls him Tidus. But he's Tidus. I swear! Oh man, that was crazy. Them deciding to make the first voice Final Fantasy and then still let you name the protagonist. That was a nuts decision. But he's Tidus, alright. Ugh.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold.
I mean, there's only two of them.
He's got some skills.
You could do that, Raiden.
To get an ID. But for
Norman Tidus. Norman Tidus and the funky fetus. Oh, I would play. If somebody, I swear, if somebody could mod Death Stranding so that the main character, what's his name, Sam Bridges, so that his voice was Tidus's voice, or like he had like Tidus's face, or something like that, like Tidus's model from Dissidia NT. If such a mod were to exist, I would play it. I swear, I make a solemn oath, because that pun is just.
These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing.
Tidus is just the aspect ratio desktop version. Oh,
3 feet high.
Oh, how can you say that about the boy?
Each area has at least one.
Poor Tidus.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node.
Did you say nerd?
The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those.
This is another thing about Metal Gear Solid 2. It doesn't just give you the Soliton radar. You have to acquire it.
Got it.
This filtered me hard as a kid. I was like, no. I must play on very easy because I am too scared without the Soliton radar, because they'll find me and they'll get me.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's
Well, that would...
equipment. Why not?
Yeah, we can't make
You
things
should know
easy.
That all active weapons are
Or anything
equipped
like
with a
that.
personal identification system. The owner enters their required user ID information
Just
during
have to
the
choke
weapon
them with our bare
registration
hands.
or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves.
I didn't know the terrorists
These
had
are
that
professionals
technology.
we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Well, of course it's the same for the
How am I
SEALs.
supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized.
I like this
Everything you
explanation,
find in
though.
the
I like this
item box
explanation
is
for why,
clean. You should
like,
know this
despite all
from
the
your
guns in
VR
the game,
training.
you can only get the ones that are
Okay,
item drops.
I know those.
Just in locations.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with
And see,
regards to
it just
weaponry and
straight up
gear.
mentions the item box. They don't care about the fourth wall. Are you ready to get electrocuted? Too bad, it's happening anyway. Ah yes, the guns of the Patriots. That system. That whole thing. Yeah, okay, so now let's enter in... I am Carmine. No, I'm not Carl. I'm not Carl. I don't know who this Carl individual is, but he's not me, and I'm not him. Alright, we've entered in that. Male, that checks out. If I put female, isn't that kind of weird? Like, these dog tags, these are going to be on dog tags that Raiden is carrying. Why does he have our dog tags? I mean, other than the meta reasons. There's simply no in-universe explanation for it. It's all just, Carmine. No! No! You can't do that to me. Yes, it doesn't go up. How far back does it go? Only to 1900. Alright, so we'll do that. I'm not sure about the date. Would it be... We could just go for the... We could just go for the first of the first, but yes, we'll go for the first of the first at the moment. I myself I can't even remember. My birth was shrouded in mystery, so I do not know the exact day. It was hidden from me. I am, yeah, O-type blood. O is the universal donor, as you know. Not that I should be made to bleed. And all of these places. All these places. Raiden isn't that feminine, I feel like. I feel like people just say that because he's got the long hair. But I've got long hair. As you can see, I've got hair about the same length as Raiden's, and you wouldn't call me feminine, would you? You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it at all. Ergo, Raiden's not feminine. What was that one? Why is there two Japans? There's Japan, and then there's... I can't read that. Japan. Yes, I have not done the required learning to be able to read Japanese. It doesn't affect the gameplay or story, but what will happen is at the end, Raiden takes out the dog tags with our name on them and throws them away, and it's a beautiful moment in the story because it shows that he's become his own person. All of these places, they certainly were thorough. Imagine if you were playing this in St. Vincent in the Grenadines. Imagine if that. Imagine that. But we probably want to go to the United States because Raiden is from there. Did I skip over you? I don't think I skipped over you. LMNOP QRST. Konami Japan. Ah, so hell. So hell. USA. I mean, that's not Raiden. That's the Russian person that happens to have Raiden's face. And I'm pretty sure Volgan was not into him just because he was feminine. Look, don't hate Raiden just for having a good physique and nice hair. He's got style. Yes, yes, America.
Functioning now?
I can't do the accent. I can't do the America hell yeah thing.
It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden.
Oh man, the Soliton radar. Imagine having to be explained. This knowledge is simply so baked into my brain that this explanation means nothing to me. I already know everything in it. Intrinsically, intuitively. But if you'd never played a video game before, you would need to know this. It's quite strange, the kind of knowledge that simply gets baked into your brain.
In an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the pause button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for save.
Oh, here it comes. Are you all ready for this?
To work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
Welcome
What are you doing here?
Jack,
to Rose.
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel,
That's
what the
not
hell
an
is going
explanation, Rose.
Meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing
That's
the
not an
data saving and
explanation.
support.
on? Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take
That's
part
the.
in
In fact, I would say it is the
accident.
complete opposite of one.
Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody
Yeah,
else.
because they're
Rose
dating.
may
Isn't
be in
this
the service,
a
but an
conflict of
intelligence
interest?
Analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see.
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're
What do you
familiar
guys
with
think?
Shadow
What do you
Moses
guys think of
incident?
this subplot? Because
covered it in
what will
VR.
happen is
It was a crucial tactical detail that case
if
taught
you don't
us.
save
It was
often
the
enough
power
to
of
talk to
operator's
Rose, the
will
game
to
will force you to
survive.
talk to her at certain
I was
points
trained
because
to
they
fight.
need to have you
My personal feelings have
go
no
through
place in a
Raiden's
mission.
storyline with
We've learned
Rose
that it doesn't work
about
that
him as a
way.
character.
And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose,
You need someone to watch
Oh,
your back.
Rose.
I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save
That was
mission data,
Raiden's thoughts.
But I'm aware that technically
He thinks
I'm not
Rose is
part
so
of the mission
cute that he
control
can't
team.
bear it. Oh, isn't that
After all,
adorable,
I'm
everyone?
just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track.
Raiden is all of us
His
when we
safety
watch our
comes first
Roshi.
to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey,
Oh.
I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request.
Yeah, like I get that some people only like Raiden once you get to Revengeance, but I really like him in this game as well.
For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir.
Even though he,
Raiden. Let me know
like
when
you
you're
could
ready
think
to
he's a
turn
bit of a
on save.
whinger, but
The proprietary save frequency is
stuff here is, like, really freaky.
140.96. I just switched frequencies.
honestly, I really like the codex better than
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
MGS4's swath of cutscenes.
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh, Raiden, you fool!
I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack.
Oh, you Raiden is a Rose simp? I mean, yes, basically yes. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'm sorry. In fact, I should probably save using Rose, just in case it doesn't work, and then we'll get...
Jack?
I mean... I always just save. I get that you can continue, I'm pretty sure, but, I always just save. I'm always so scared of losing my data or something like that. Oh, no. Nope. Nope.
It's the enemy. I need help.
There's no one going to help you. It's a good thing that nobody can help them.
Answer me, you better not be asleep.
Raiden is a gosling. He got the full VTuber experience. Yes. 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 Well, we're going to deliberately wake this guy up so that we can kill him. Because he shot us. And that's simply not going to be stood for. Oh, but yes, Raiden is somewhat of a gosling, but I mean it's a different thing because a gosling is an. Oh no! I wasn't behind him. I forgot that you need to be behind him. Ugh, but yeah, no, because with gosling it's somewhat of an unrequited love, like one that is not attainable. There, your neck has been snapped and there was a little bar in the way so people didn't have to see the gore. But the point is, with Raiden, like, he's actually dating Rose. It's just that there are some circumstances. It's kind of like a reverse gosling, I suppose. In a way.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you
Look at this guy.
Right.
I love him. He's great.
Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew its sky.
Look at that intro. Look at that character intro.
Could he have survived?
Oh, it's so good.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries. But it would only take one to spot me in this light.
Yeah, see this? You see the light, the sun. This is exactly why you simply need to cut the sun in two. Then it will be night.
What about the commandos?
I hope that one day I may perform such a feat.
And the president?
Ha! You thought that you forgot about Rosemary and thought that you were talking about your average Rose. Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, would Raiden simp for like actual VTubers? It's a fun thing to think about.
Central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Hexagons are simply the best.
And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment.
But yeah, it's amazing. VTubers are just good old tubers are such a recent cultural thing. It's something from like this game is about 20 years old. I'm not sure even. I wonder how the messages in this game can be applied to VTubers. I guess we'll see as we get going, because a lot of it can be applied to the internet today. But is it possible that the noble tuber, the humble tuber, is something that not even Kojima could predict? I mean, yeah, exactly. That's a good point. He just keeps the name Raiden. He's assigned Raiden. He goes by the name Raiden. And like he uses a codename. I suppose I will say it's probably deliberate, because the whole point of the codename Raiden is to dehumanize him, because it's the name of a Japanese fighter plane, which was codenamed Jack. So he keeps the name Jack, and I assume that's why he also keeps the name Raiden, for it to be something he chose. Yep. 2001 is 20 years ago. Well, only early January of 2001.
With the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us.
Yeah, that's why I say I wasn't.
And this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about
like,
your
oh boy.
presence here. There's no need for concern.
So time it makes fools of us all, but phew.
And the NSDD came from the Vice President and the
2001.
Secretary of Defense. Your mission may be top secret, but it's gone through the usual channels.
Wow, I sure hope that that's the case, and that the SEALs, even though they know that I'm, like, I hope the SEALs don't shoot me or anything, because I'm dressed like a ninja. I look like I could be a member of Dead Cell. Where does the time go?
I'll go check the roof.
Brother.
I'll leave the first floor to you, okay?
What is it with Japanese video games and having brothers that are at odds with each other? Dante and Virgil? Solid Snake and Liquid Snake? All these brothers fighting. You just gotta get along with your siblings. You don't want to murder each other.
I've located the node, but it's under heavy surveillance. I can't get in any closer.
Distract them. Try making some noise to draw their attention.
Ah, so I
away.
should do the can or something. That'll
Flatten
distract him.
yourself against a wall and hit the punch button.
Got it.
Well, I could also I could simply do that. But first, let's open lockers. Ah, we need the SOCOM. There's only one of him. And your neck has been broken. As is just, as is fair, as is right.
Don't leave him lying around. Hide the body as soon as possible. When his comrades come back from the roof, you don't want him being found. If they do find him, they'll be on the alert and things can get difficult. When you take a hostile down, hide the body where a patrol...
I mean, Colonel, please. I know how to hide a body. I've hidden bodies before. Controller's vibrating something fierce, as long as I've got this body. Anyway, the point is, I know how to hide a body. It's a necessary skill. Everybody has to learn this. Like, how could you say that you love your Oshi if you wouldn't even hide a body for them? Stuff like that. It's like changing tires on a car or something like that. Don't want to look a fool, do you? Huh, it would let me go the opposite direction, but that would be the worst way to go, so we're gonna head to the left. Easy. Another codec call? Is there gonna be another codec call? Could it be?
Raiden, watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge.
Oh,
they will
sentries.
spot you if you continue on
Sentries?
course.
Any recommendations?
Use the hanging mode.
Sentry. Oh, well, hanging. Hanging is
Face
good.
any waist-high railing.
We're gonna be
Push
glad
the
we did our
action
grip
button to
reps. We're
clear
gonna be
the
so
railing
glad
and
that we
hang
leveled up our
over the
grip with the
side.
pull-ups. Because we're just
Once
gonna be able
there,
to hang
you can move sideways while
for
keeping out of
days,
enemy
for
sight.
years, for centuries.
Alright, I'm giving it
Easy
a try.
peasy.
Don't forget the grip gauge. It will keep decreasing during a hanging maneuver, and once it runs out, you will fall.
Copy that.
I'm falling down
Wait a
into
second.
my
I just intercepted
shadow.
new
Da
intelligence
da
on
da
the
da
operation
da
being
da.
executed by SEAL Team 10.
Intercepted?
As I said before, they need to be kept in the dark about our presence.
Yeah, sure,
Just
Colonel.
listen in.
I'm patching it through.
This is Alpha Zero. We have the president. Is he safe? He is safe.
Excellent.
What about the
We've won.
package?
We've already
Tell
done
the
it.
guys upstairs that we've secured the package. Easy money. Good work.
The seals have saved the day, and I wasn't necessary here at all.
Roger that. Holy! Alpha Zero, report.
Ah!
Damn it! Cover the president. Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Alpha Zero.
Yeah,
We're
this
under
is-
attack. This is crazy. Is that?
Oh,
Alpha Zero, respond.
this is interesting, actually, considering who we actually find there at
Right.
Alpha.
The president's life is in
Because
danger.
that was the sound
Hit
of
the
Fortune's
struck B now.
railgun, but we find Vamp there. Yeah, Outer Heaven in MGS5 is completely just big shell. I mean, Outer Heaven in Peace, like, not Outer Heaven, just, in Peace Walker the base. The base in Peace Walker, the MSF base. So inspired by the big shell. Because, I mean, the big shell is a cool design. You can tell Kojima just wanted to use it again. Are you going to, like, move, dude, or what? Alright, now I just gotta carefully... See, look at that. Not even half the grip gauge gone. I mean, yeah, but, like, at the... Vamp has a railgun in 4? Does he use... I'm so blurry on 4. It's been a while. But yeah, in this she must have used the railgun, and then moved on to the connecting bridge to deal with the other group. I will bet you. You wonder how much ahead Kojima planned MGS stories and details? I will bet you a 20 that he flies by the seat of his pants. It's what I would do. That's how you get stuff like Otacon's sister, or, you know, Huey Emmerich. Oh man, using the railgun in MGS4 must be quite a treat. But doesn't Crying Wolf, or whatever her name is, also have a railgun? Railguns galore. Oh, the knives! Yeah, maybe we could do a... speaking of MGS4, maybe we could do an MGS4 watch-along. Since it's basically a movie. Vamp, you're just screwing with him. Just kill him already. Like, don't taunt the guy. Vamp, you disrespect the plight of combat. One does not play with their food. One does not toy with an opponent much weaker than them. You don't have any honor. You have no style. You do have some style. He has some style. Look at that. That is another thing about video games. Because of the level, they had less graphical detail. They could do stuff like that. Look at that. You could never do that with something with like modern graphics, because you would actually have to show the neck getting cut. It's really something. Look at that blood spurting. I must say, I have a particular taste for blood. I've not tasted it many times, but human blood, on the off chance that I've tasted it, is quite delicious. Genuinely. It's got a bit of a sweet taste. I've heard some people say that it tastes like iron, but I've always tasted it as somewhat sweet. Yeah, the strongest weapon apart from the anti-material. Wow. Oof. Gotta try that sometime. There's so many details in MGS4 because it still has the Metal Gear charms. I love how vamp does not stand for vampire. It's somehow a slang for being bisexual. But vamp here is just straight up drinking this guy's blood. He doesn't need to. We know he doesn't need to. There's literally no association with his powers to that he needs to drink the blood. But he'll drink that blood. By Jove, he will drink that blood. You cannot stop him from drinking the blood, mortals. He wants it so bad. Midichlorians. Oh, that is true. The nanomachines explaining everything is midichlorians. That's kind of like why I like Revengeance's take on nanomachines, son. Because it's kind of like a reference to that. Also, Phil Lamar just does great voice work as Vamp. Look at that. He's here! The man, the myth, the legend. You don't know jack about Metal Gear characters if you don't know Pliskin! The best character. I mean, you call it edgy, I call it cool. I myself possess powers...
Where is he?
Of the acrobatic nature, but I don't use it for I can't use it for flourishes like Vamp does. I simply... Ah, see, like that. Look at that. A disarm causes him to bleed. Very nice move. Now, fun fact. You'll notice here that they talked about how ID'd weapons, the SEALs have ID'd weapons. So Raiden shouldn't be able to fire this. Which is why he's not already shooting Vamp. Because he's trying to shoot, like he wants to shoot Vamp. He needs to shoot Vamp, but he doesn't think he can. He thinks the gun will just lock on him.
Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
And then he starts shooting, because Pliskin told him he could shoot with it. I like details like that.
Yeah, Queen.
I mean, shadows are all overrated. Shadow technology is... Oh, look at this magazine slide. I want to see more stuff like this in like action movie. If there's an action movie with a great magazine slide scene, Because stuff like that. Oh, and he's just gone. He's just gone. Chills. Absolute chills. It's so cool.
Hold on. I'm not an enemy. Calm down.
Ah yes, imagine having legendary fights like this. Well, I don't have to imagine it, but you mortals should.
My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin. Lieutenant Junior Grade.
That's right. It's J.G. Iroquois Pliskin. Pay no mind to the fact that he's voiced by David Hayter.
How did you get in?
Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper.
And then they immediately show the roach from
Have I seen you
the bottom
before?
levels. It's pretty obvious. I figured it out the first time I ever played this.
That's right.
Foxhound was disbanded. Huh? Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force?
The names in this game are so hilarious. I mean, they're pretty standard for Kojima. You're not gonna get Hot Coldman
Tactical IT deployment, right?
or
Field experience?
or Die Hardman.
Not really.
So this is your first.
I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing.
Like what?
Ah yes, VR training, sneaking mission 60, weapons 80, advanced.
VR, huh?
Oh
But
man.
realistic in every way.
And I love how they use the Metal Gear Solid 1 virtual reality training as an example.
Effective than live exercises.
You don't
Look at
get
that.
injured in VR, do you?
It's such a device.
Field exercises.
VR training,
Pain sensation in
something like
VR,
that.
and even
It would be
reality and urgency. The only
would be so
difference is
good
it
to
isn't
train
actually
my
happening.
powers.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that
To
goes with
practice
battle
with the
situations.
demon residing in my right arm.
It's a video game.
I could
What
spar,
better
but I
way to
do not
raise
have
the
something like
ultimate
this.
soldier?
And so I cannot unleash him because I would endanger those around me. Bob Pliskin.
So you're saying that VR training is some kind of mind control?
Right. What's going on?
The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead. No, a
Yes,
SEAL survivor.
VR, the
Kids
great
wired with
meme.
nanomachines.
I'll tell you what I
What
like.
about the
Oh
president?
man,
Looks like they took him somewhere
nanomachines.
else.
If they were
I
a
see.
gaming meme like
you
they
said
are.
there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10.
Yeah, Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin.
Has he seen your face?
What?
This is a top secret mission. No one can know that we're involved.
It's a little too
VR
late for that.
tubers. Well, I'm pretty sure like tubers can insert themselves in VR chat
Take a look.
if they've got the right technology for it. I've heard tell about that, but there's not much. Like, I mean, in order to but I assume what you're talking about is some sort of like the viewer. It's a VR experience for the viewer as well. Which is, I mean, I suppose it's technically like it's not fully possible. You'd want like other senses than just, sight and positioning.
Must have lost a few more pints.
You
than
want to
I
be able to
thought.
shake hands with your Oshi over the internet
What
is
was
what you
that
want. You want a
noise
handshake
just now?
event, but
That blood
from
sucking
the comfort
freak.
of your own room.
That was Vamp. He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't
Of
seem
course he's
human.
Romanian. He's the
See that VR,
vampire.
I guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
Dead Cell? Him?
A special
Oh, I
forces
love
unit
Dead Cell.
created
It's a
by
shame there's
ex-President
so
George
few members
Sears.
because
The
Dead
name
Cell
was
is my
originally
favorite
intended
boss
to
group
reflect its
in
anti-terrorist
Metal Gear
functions.
Solid.
The
But like they have
unit launched
so few members
unannounced
compared
assaults on
to
government complexes
the
for
Cobra
ultimate
unit or
terrorism
Foxhound.
simulation. They were needed to show
I mean, the
VR
B&B's
troopers
has
like
4
you how to deal with
units,
the real thing.
4 members, but
Around
like
the time their original leader
not
died,
even
there was
like
a
Dead Cell.
new
Look at that,
and one
3
battle.
members, not
They were
counting
always
like if you
close to the
if you
edge,
don't
but they
count
became more and
Solidus,
more extreme.
it's just 3
Began to
members.
go after US allies, even civilians.
The
We
Beauty and
estimate
Beast
no
unit
fewer
has
than
4.
100 people died as a result of accidents the Dead Cell arranged on their own.
Yes,
They were
exactly.
out of
Invest
control.
in
All
VR
came to a
Tuber
head
coin.
6 months
Invest
ago.
in that.
What happened?
You'll never go
The
wrong.
unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you just saw one.
It'll
Let's
only
go after the
incline.
big
It'll
shell.
only
How
incline.
should I know? I told you they were on the lunatic
VTubers are the cyberpunk. Listen, VTubers are the cyberpunk future that we've all been waiting for.
You mean the incident that made this big
Blade Runner 2049 is somewhat of a prophecy.
Right. And he was the one that sank that tanker.
But he's a legend.
Legends are usually bad news.
Thin Fat
There's
Man.
not a lot of difference between heroes
That sound.
and
That's the kind of name that Kojima would make now. Thin Fat Man, like Die Hardman or Hot Coldman.
His body was positively ID'd 2 years ago.
Oh, that's correct. That's correct, Bomberger. That is correct, Bomberger. Fortune is best girl. But there's so little competition in MGS2. There's so many, like, there's so little competition. And I mean, Fortune, she's got the Gyaru aesthetics, the jazzy theme, the kick-ass railgun. What is not to love about Fortune?
Just dead cell members to hold down. You weren't briefed on any of this?
I mean, like, some people might think she could be a bit mopey.
Why?
But, although, personally, my favorite Dead Cell boss has to be, it's gotta be Fatman. It's gotta be Fat Man.
Can't tell me, huh? Fine with me.
Everybody wants to laugh and grow fat.
I don't smoke.
Keep it anyway. May come in.
Oh, Raiden, how are you supposed to be cool in the eyes of the fans if you don't smoke? Yeah, the options are Olga, Fortune, Emma, or Rose. Yeah, then then it's Fortune. Considering. I love how this is Raiden's introduction.
Aren't you going to answer him?
I'm pretty sure Snake had like a like when Snake got into Shadow Moses, he just kind of chills for a bit. Like his first fight is Ocelot. His first fight is a dude with which would happen later in the Infiltration than this is happening right now.
We need to get there.
His first fight is just a guy with revolvers. Easy.
Remember my
Raiden has to deal with a vampire.
It's 141.80.
And somebody who is immune to bullet.
141.80. Got it.
I've been briefed on this plant's layout. If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell, contact me. You're using nano communication, right?
Nano machine.
I can patch into your frequency.
I've always kind of found it weird how he says, yeah, but I can patch into your frequency. Like, if you guys want to talk about Raiden being feminine, that's probably the most feminine he ever is. But he's cool most of the other time.
Raiden.
See, that was cool.
Strange code name.
Makes it for the
Mistral and Mistral from Revengeance.
Maybe I'll find
very
out
good.
someday.
I mean, no, yeah, he is like he's just a guy with revolvers. He's the legendary revolver Ocelot. Now he'll show you why they call him Revolver, but like he's still conceivably human. Like Snake is a super soldier and a legend, but still conceivably human. You see what you picking up what I'm putting down?
Think you can shoot that thing?
Alright, so this is a thing that can happen. I accidentally pointed at Snake, so now he's pointing that at me, and he will shoot me if I shoot him. So let's not do anything that we would regret. Okay. Now that we've escaped the Mexican standoff with legendary super soldier, I can get back to saying that, yeah, Snake is just a guy, but he's a legend, and Ocelot similarly is just a guy with a revolver, but also could destroy any of you mortals in combat. I'm pretty sure the M9 is around here.
Jack, it's me.
Everything okay, Rose?
Rose, what do you want?
Don't you need to save the mission data?
Oh yeah, thanks for the reminder.
See, this is what I was talking about earlier. You have to save. You must save. Even if you refuse, she'll still talk to you. So get ready for some Raiden backstory.
Jack, do you remember what day tomorrow is?
That again. I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
Raiden, you are
That's
bombing right now.
What is it, Rose?
You're bombing.
Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough? And we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission?
Ah, the lovebirds.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to
See,
do
look at
as
him.
an analyst.
Look at how
What
he
is it?
look at how
It
much
has to
he
do with
simps
Solid
for
Snake.
Rose.
The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him
My
as
goddamn,
possible.
Raiden.
Everything they have on him after
All
the
of his,
Shadow Moses
everything that he's
incident.
saying is,
He's dead now, isn't he?
Rose shouldn't be on this
Yes.
mission.
Should be a
She shouldn't be
burial record
involved.
somewhere, too.
But his
We
thoughts are
should be able to
saying,
request
"Oh
top-level
my God,
security
Rose
clearance
is
from
so
the colonel.
cute. She's
That
so
should
cute.
get
She's
us
so
into the
cute.
most
She's so
classified
cute. I
material.
can't take it."
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.
Which is, I mean, it's kind of adorable. Everyone has the first time they're in love. I personally fall in love pretty easily, whether that's with things like media or people. I tend to like people very easily. Oh, what's that beeping? What's that beeping, mortals? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Could it be? It's a bomb! Oh yes, Rose does look cuter than usual today. Rose is looking cuter than usual today. But, yeah, that's a bomb. Shame we can't do anything about it. I swear there is supposed to be some sort of M9 somewhere. Maybe it's in Strut C, maybe it's in Strut D. But if necessary, we're just gonna go around choking people and then executing them with headshots. As long as I can make... I mean, it's not gonna be there. Nope, nope, nope. There's nothing to be done. We're simply gonna have to go full lethal. I wouldn't happen to have taken any damage I could heal yet. I figured, look at how big my life bar is, honestly. It's egregious. Raiden has so much life. It's probably because that's not his blood in him right now. There's a codec conversation about it, but his blood is all artificial at the moment. It's all been... It's nanomachine-filled artificial blood that has all just kind of been put in him. Here she is. Our girl. Our girl. She's here. Our girl. She's here. Listen to that. Listen to those good Norihiko Hibino tunes. Look at... Just... Ganguro aesthetics. Beautiful jazzy theme. Bullets whizzing by. She's Lady Luck. Surrender yourself to jazz.
Come, put me out of my misery.
This is impossible. Nothing will hit her.
Is she the one they call Fortune?
Yes, you are very correct, mortals. You have excellent taste. She is best girl. She is cute. Done so well. You have done well to be so perceptive.
Don't let them take the president.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Ready grenades.
Man, sure would be a shame if that didn't go off.
A dud.
Ah, yes. Yes, Vamp hella simps for Fortune. That's why he calls her queen.
Today is another bad day.
Their actual relationship is super messed up. But, it is what it is.
Here that can give me happiness?
She just wants to die. I mean, all of us, she just wants somebody to kill her. All of us have been Fortune at one point. I mean, you should have liked Vamp already. Vamp is great. Look at that ice cold stare as somebody's about to die. Chills. Such power.
I'm so sorry, my beauties. I'll see you again someday.
Listen to that. It's a shame her boss fight is what it is. I mean, I get why it is, but it would be cool to have like an actual boss fight against her instead of, you know, nothing. But yeah, Raiden has to deal with a vampire and someone who is immune to bullet.
I see.
What happened to the cargo choppers?
Both of them are at the bottom of the harbor. Looks like your new hosts have a
Oh, and they also have a Harrier too.
A Harrier?
So...
What is this?
Calm down. It just means they anticipated the attack.
What?
Besides, since the SEALs drew their fire, your infiltration went off without a hitch. On top of that...
Yeah, it only cost 2 SEAL teams, and now all our hopes rest on Raiden.
Get a hold of yourself. The entire mission is in your hands now. Do you understand?
But...
There's no time for questions. They could decide to retaliate for that failed assault.
You mean
whose fault is that, Colonel?
They could be in danger, yes. But we need to consider the possibility that they'll blow the whole shell. If that toxic spell does take place, it'll devastate not only the harbor, but poison the coastline for generations.
For generations. For a long time, in mortal terms.
We've had to adjust the mission objectives. The priority is now on removing those C4s that the terrorists wired over the big shell. The president can wait, but this can't.
Colonel, you know I'm no
bomb disposal.
That's not a problem. The Bravo team brought an explosives pro in with them. He was supposed to stand by on Strut C according to their mission plan. You should find him there.
Is this according to simulation 2?
Let's see if we can reach Stillman before we hit 3 hours, and I'll probably wrap this up soon.
But I need to ask you something before I go.
Make it quick.
Who are they? Dead Cell, I mean.
They yell Dead Cell.
Hit her no matter how hard they tried. And that vampire too. It's like.
Well, the actual reason is that the oil spill is fake.
And you, Rose, I can't believe you're on this mission.
As we already know, the tanker wasn't carrying oil; it was carrying Metal Gear Ray. They've lied about the whole oil cleanup thing in order to, you know.
Whether this is real or a bad dream, I'll keep
well, they've got their
watching
reasons.
Till it's over.
Thank you, Rose. And I won't let you be just a dream.
I won't let you be just a dream, he says to his dream girlfriend. Ah, yes. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Strutsy. Ah, you want to know what? You want to know something else? In fact, I'm pretty sure I've got to go in there because that's where it is. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? We look. We go up. Aha! See? Another bomb. I know where the bombs are by heart because I'm a big fan of Fat Man. Oh, you can hear it beep if you... Also, I'm pretty sure I should be clear to... Look at that! Look at the way the... It's been a while since we've taken a look at how impressive this game is, but look at that! Look at all the glass there on the floor. Look at how it is. Look at this. I'll shoot another piece. Additional glass fragments are now on the floor. And they're also there. This activates. The blower activates when you get near. The mirror gets all cracked when you shoot it. And if I were to shoot that bomb, obviously, we would all blow up. Details. You gotta love the details in this game. Yes, I haven't done it yet. I have not done it yet. I have not done this yet, but I should, just so that everybody who has, I'm sure, I hope you've all seen that before, but look at that. You can knock down doors. So this is blast processing, true power of RTX. Yes! Yes, this is the I believe this is that new ray tracing thing that the kids talk about. Shoot the toilet. All right. Well, I shot it. Very nice. I approve. I approve. The USA flag bikini is a classic. Ah, yes, you can also use the urinals with their auto flush. Well, yeah, they're not gonna spring for porcelain toilets on the big shell. They're gonna be some dinky metal and plastic things. Don't have a level 1 keycard. Ah, watch out. It's a cripple.
Freeze!
Don't shoot.
Raiden, please chill out. Don't shill the bomb squad, dude. Don't kill him.
Who are you with? And what happened to SEAL Team 10?
They're all dead.
All of them? That's bad.
That's bad.
Did I tell you you could move?
It's all right. He's not one of the bad guys.
Not one of the bad
Don't
guys,
go
eh?
pointing that thing everywhere, kid.
Could have fooled me. He has a coat with NYPD police on it. You're a dude in a weird ninja suit. He's clearly the one that's suspicious.
Also a consultant for the NYPD bomb squad.
Well, it's not really an oil rig, but the thing about oil rigs is that
I thought you'd retired.
they want to minimize because it's so expensive to have somebody there. They want to minimize as many people as possible, so they pretty much just have like a tiny skeleton crew, just the people to do the essential work, the people to do the essential task of things, administrators, and then people to take care of the other people, and that's it. And they I guess it would be kind of similar to serving aboard like a naval vessel or on a submarine. You probably don't get much personal space, and everything's divided up into shifts. It's just another kind of on-site work.
Here includes one of my students, the Emperor of Explosives, Fat Man.
I've never done it myself. Worked on an oil rig or something like that.
I created him in a sense.
And that's why you're here.
I'm pretty rusty. I was supposed to supervise the bomb disposal. Looks like it was taken care of before I had my turn.
I love Stillman's voice. The way the cadence, the intonation, it's all quite impressive.
There are at least 2 people here who can claim to be experts at bomb disposal.
Are you 2 with SEAL Team 10? I didn't see you at the mission briefing.
Oh, we're
with another squad.
My name is Pliskin.
Oh yes, good pay. Any kind of job in which you have to live on site or something like that. They have to compensate you real well in order to attract people with the skills.
What's your name?
Haha, Sealand. Now that's an interesting tidbit of geopolitics and history.
An engineer?
A skinny guy. He went in with us.
A skinny guy? Impossible.
I haven't seen him since that skirmish.
Was he killed?
I don't think so. I didn't find his body.
I see.
They told me he was a security systems architect for the big shell.
Why would they take a civilian along?
His skinny count is off the charts.
He was supposed to get us past all the security measures.
Ah, welcome back to the keycard bowl.
He had official orders with him.
We'll leave that for later. Right now we need to figure out how to deal with all the bombs.
But there's no one left from the SEAL's EOD squad.
Yep. So we have
I mean, the big shell isn't an oil rig either. There's all sorts of reasons to have elevated platforms above the water, and they're super cool. So I'm all for having more of them. Mortals, build more on top of the water platforms.
Glad to hear Stillman's
I command
safe.
you.
Assist him in any way possible
Build more water
to clear the
platforms.
C4 from the
They're
structure.
cool.
Colonel, you know I've never
And you
been
can land
trained
helicopters
bomb
on them.
disposal.
It's all right.
I certainly
The
wish
man
that you
you're
could do
working
more
with
with
is the
the Mother
best
Base
in
in
the field.
MGS5.
All you have to do is follow his directions. You will, of course, keep your identity and mission objectives to yourself.
Is it true that an engineer came in with Stillman?
I wasn't informed of that. It's probably something the SEALs decided on their own.
Those pesky SEAls deciding things on their own and not telling it to your super secret spy organization.
Retaliate for the failed assault. Get those C4s neutralized now.
Colonel, I'm not qualified for bomb disposal.
Jack, it's me.
Well, the big shell's underwater level is just because part of it got damaged with an explosion. So Shell 2 is leaking. Water's flooding into it.
This is a little different from using C4.
Floating cities? Super cool concept.
How about it, kid? Are the results in yet?
Absolutely. Whether they're floating in the sky or floating in water. Just regular cities are boring. There's just, I mean, they're okay. They're pretty great, but
Look at this.
there's got to be more variety. There must be more rule of cool in your mortal architecture.
This is a C4 bomb. It's live.
Are you paying attention, mortals? You don't want to not pay attention to Stillman's bomb class.
Simple, huh? The spray freezes the detonator instantly.
How long does the effect last?
There's no way the thing can detonate in this condition. Even if you leave it alone, it'll stay out of commission for at least 24 hours.
That's enough time.
If we had the manpower, I'd recommend complete disposal. But this will have to do. The spray can be used from several yards away. Now check
There'll be a quiz on this.
Ceiling, walls, under a table, everywhere. Try to imagine the locations the bomber would choose.
That won't be easy. We don't know a thing about Fat Man.
Is there anything that'll help us locate the bombs?
Here, take this with you. It's what they call
An ion mobility spectrometer,
It can recognize
also known as a plot
ionized
device.
gas emitted by C4s.
The what? In other words, that little gadget sniffs out C4's scent.
That's right. I've established.
Store your C4 in the fridge. Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Have the sensor activated and keep.
Then it'll be nice and ready. You can thaw it out and use it later. Easy peasy.
I know Fat Man well. I know how into his own.
The real problem is the fridge space. C4 is pretty bulky.
Yes, on every bomb he builds.
Fridge space is always at a premium, I find.
The sensor also picks up that particular scent spectrum.
Is that something he learned from you?
No, it was his own quirk.
His own
He
quirk.
wouldn't work by any rules except his own.
I love Fat Man. Look at him.
Like a religion.
Look at him. He's just a complete nutter.
Strong points. I thought I taught him everything I knew. I have no children of my own, and I thought I found a son in him. He had the right stuff, you know. There's something very unusual about an ability like that.
Basically, he's the Mozart, you know, a prodigy or something like that of explosives that just completely cracked.
I didn't teach him the most important thing I had to tell him. There are some things you have to pass on.
The trick is to know which one.
Right. All
I told him was skills.
And now I have to stop him from using.
Yeah, you really screwed up, Stillman. I wouldn't have to deal with this if you had done your job as a teacher properly. Being a teacher's hard.
Let's see how well that sensor works.
All right.
But yes,
I'm activating him.
I wonder when Fat Man learned to roller skate, because he does, and he does it well.
Representation of the C4 scent detected by the sensor.
It's a pretty big area, isn't it?
Oh man, imagine fighting Fat Man, such a jet-set radio.
Sensors and search the area, okay?
All right.
Don't forget that you need the radar to use this system. Log into the node at every strut and turn the radar on.
We have to keep out of the enemy's
Oh, look at those watermelons. You guys see those watermelons up there?
Knocked offline when we're spotted.
Exactly.
Once the cutscene's done, I'll show you some stuff with the watermelons.
Fat Man allotted some C4s here in Strut C as well.
Here?
I know the structure of this facility, and if he wants to take out the plant, where he would target.
You know this for sure?
Of course. I taught him the techniques he uses. His ideas are based on my theories. Demolition is a kind of ideology.
Yes, demolition, an ideology. It's a religion.
Big shell consists
Praise
of two
be.
hexagons joined
Praise
in
be to the
on
glorious
north and
conflagration.
south. There should be packets of C4s on each of the vertices, or the struts in this case. You need at least that to take a building of this out.
I feel like Japan has a special kind of reverence for watermelon, in a way.
A total of
Like
12
that they're
bombs at
less,
least.
maybe less common there or
Considering the
more
shells
special
are
there
conjecture
than
and
here.
composition from an
I don't know if
engineering
that's true or
standpoint,
not,
that's
but
my
in Kingdom Hearts
and it's
2 they make a
exactly
big
what we
deal about
decided
getting
as well.
watermelon. And yeah, watermelon is all over the. Oh, the square ones are weird. I don't even know what's up with that. It seems unnatural.
Kid, this
Seems like
place
you
is all
mortals have been
yours.
meddling
I'll take care of Shell too.
too much into the arcane, into the divine. You've been taking matters of the paranormal into your own hands with that. Oh yeah, Fat Man does have a glass of wine when he skates. That's crazy.
What's this?
Security card.
Such style, such grace. I'm not sure I could even match it in my most absolutely fabulous combats.
Security layout includes varying levels of clearance. The clearance level is identified by the number printed on these doors. Writing, your card key can open doors for security clearance level 1.
back to the whole card key business.
Your card can get you into level 3 areas.
Just going to
You
prevent me
need to
from
get
going
next door to
places
Shell
until.
2.
How did
well.
you get this?
That engineer I told you about gave it to me. He was supposed to program a set of all access cards once we were on
Yeah,
site.
that didn't go very well, did it?
Unfortunately, this card won't get you into every area of this structure.
No.
We'll have
Man
to
was
deal
never
with
meant to
remaining
have
security
angular
lockouts as they
watermelons.
come up. Let's get going. You stay here.
No, I'm going.
Stillman,
The two of us can handle
you
it, don't
have a
worry.
crutch. Like
You'll just slow us down with that leg of yours.
you got a walking stick and a
There's
lip.
a war going on here. I don't have time to babysit anymore.
Why don't you just let us handle the grunt work? You can tell us
Minecraft
what to do over the
watermelons
radio, like
up.
in the
Well,
original mission plan.
looks like it's gonna be nothing but Minecraft streams from me from now on.
I'll give you instructions from here. I may also need to
Hunting for
prepare a backup
watermelons.
plan just in case.
In case of what?
Good luck to both of you. This is a dangerous one.
Got to acquire those square watermelons.
Theirs wins.
Oh,
If anything comes up,
Ah.
let me know. My frequency is 140.5.
oh, that's what I forgot to do. After we talked to Pliskin, I should have called him on the codec with his, but I forgot his frequency and I forgot to do it. Oh well, it doesn't matter. You get everyone's codec, everybody, anyway, so it's fine.
I think he's a Navy man.
What?
Simplify.
Simplify.
Marine Corps talk.
Pliskin has been all over. He's a man of many military
Normally,
talents.
Team leaders stay in the CP and give orders with those headphones. And as far as I know, SEALs keep their officers away from the field. And who dares wins is a model of the British Special Air Service.
I love how he implies that nobody but the SAS can use Who Dares Wins.
Is he one of the terrorists then?
No, somehow I don't think so. If there's someone to suspect, I'd put my money on you.
Oh no! Mortals! We were the terrorists this entire time! I can't believe it! We're going to have to kill Stillman and blow up the big shell!
What about you? They could be back in this area soon.
I'll hide out in this pantry for a while. If I lock the door, it should be all right.
Alright.
Plenty of food in here too, so you don't need to worry about me. I'll give you instructions by codec from here.
Oh, Stillman.
Good luck, kid.
You would lock yourself in a pantry.
Bomb disposal is a face-off with your own mortality. Don't let the
I
fear
actually
get
like
you.
this. I actually like how they use bomb
give in to
disposal
fear, the darkness comes.
and this section of the game as a way to talk about fear and how the different characters deal with it and their relationship to it. And that kind of bomb disposal equals fear mentality. All right, so we're just gonna do this strut and then we're gonna finish up because we have gone over 3 hours. But now, watch this. Watch this. Look at that! 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 You shoot the watermelon, goes into pieces. Easy as. Easy as. We should hit the node while we're here. Actually, I don't think we should spend too much time here in the kitchen because if I recall right, they're gonna come back into this strut while we're in it. Okay, I'm just gonna shoot the bottles once. I'm gonna shoot this salt shaker. Look at that, salt everywhere. Okay. We don't actually need sensor A. Let's take sensor A off. Makes me less impressive. Just equip rations. Alright. Hit up the coolant. Dunzo. It was truly nothing for someone of my prodigious ability.
In Strut C, the ceiling of the women's bathroom was set to blow.
That's not like him.
Anything wrong?
Ah, yes, Fat Man is too pure. He would never set up a bomb in the women's bathroom. This is slander.
What do you mean?
It means that they wouldn't be the best places to choose if you wanted to destroy this place.
I can't believe Raiden is attempting to slander
It certainly seems that way.
our
So far, we
our
haven't
good
seen
Oshi
any
Fat
but a
Man.
waste of good explosives. Unless, of course, we're missing something.
A trap?
He couldn't have overlooked the fact that I would be called into this. There's something going on.
But what? Alright, let's get out of the strut and save. And that'll be it. I can't believe we've gone on for 3 hours. The time warp is real. Somehow I've long known that you mortals have time warping powers, but I didn't know it also worked this way as well. So let's hear the next bit of Rose and the save conversation. Then we shall bid farewell for now.
Rose, no comment?
Of course, of course.
I've killed someone.
Jack, it's a battlefield.
There's no need to apologize for one's silence.
Human beings.
Simply having people observing my own questing it is quite pleasant. I appreciate it greatly from any mortal that pops into view.
Maybe because of the VR training, I can't.
I certainly like communicating with people, chatting with people, but there's no need to.
Jack,
There's simply no need to force it.
I don't care what it takes, just as long as you come back alive.
And if you're
Do
busy with
whatever
something
it
else,
takes, please, just come back.
there's simply no need to worry about it. And that was a lovely conversation between two romantic partners, and that will have to. Yeah, that will have to be it. If I can get onto the... Yep. Yeah, so that was 3 hours of Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance for the PC. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in and speaking with me about this game that I'm very passionate about and a wide variety of topics. It was simply a most pleasant time. I'm quite happy about it. But yes, and now I shall let you go off and do other things. I free you, mortals. I free you, mortals. You may return to your mortal coil and its toils. And we shall, yes, thank you. And we shall meet again tomorrow at 2 hours later, I believe, for Racketeer. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yes, if you can make it, I appreciate your company. If you can't make it, that's fine. Obviously, man, I'm not so cruel, accursed being, as to demand attendance. But yes, thank you. And I hope everyone has a lovely day and all of that. And I detest long goodbyes, yet I find myself wrapped up in doing them.